All right, welcome to Raider Nation. Welcome to my hot shots. I am thrilled to have you all here for the first live. I'm going to do a deep dive into the NFL schedule release. From the Raider Nation perspective. But tonight is not just about matchups. It's about bringing the community together. Um, I'd like to bring on some member guests to share their thoughts. But first, let's set the stage. Um, First off, these live shows are for you guys, the Raider Nation. I'm here to chat with you and get your thoughts, and let's educate the fan base together. You know, so tonight we're going to break down the soon to be newly released NFL schedule. We're going to focus on what it means for our Raiders. We look at the key games, discuss challenges and opportunities. I want to hear from you guys. What matchups are you excited about the most? What games are you circling on the calendar? Right. So I'll start. It was KC, but recently after the San Diego garbage pop tart Twitter post, I'm really looking forward to that game. I'm going to go ahead and call the score to 70-0 maybe this time. Um, so, yeah. I kind of want to get started on what you guys are thinking. Hopefully, we can get some people here in the chat. And we can kind of go from there. Let's see. Looks like we got some folks up in here for show representing. We got A Train. What's up, brother? Thank you for showing up. A Train says they should have given us the Black Friday game at home. That's how you know the NFL hates us, right? I mean, how is Black Friday not ours? That needs to be in Allegiant, like moving forward. So yeah, for sure. Um, A Train, you trying to come on? We can chop it up. Actually, talk about it. I'm gonna put the link in the chat here to invite you guys to do your thing. Let's see here. Bear with me as I get this going, guys. But let's see if you guys can see that. Uh-oh. Well, give me a second here. I'll get that figured out for you guys in a minute. A little technical difficulty. What about week 17? So as you guys can see down at the bottom here, we have the games that we've got figured out. It looks like pretty much everything but week 10 is figured out. Of course, this is all still tentative because we haven't had the official drop yet. But week 17, a certain quarterback will be playing against us for the first time in another jersey. So I think that's going to be interesting. In New Orleans, of course, because NFL hates us. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Week 17. It's time to, see what we can do against Carr. Let's see here. A Train thinks we sweep the Broncos, split with KC, and split with LA. Interesting. See, I think I'm gonna be bold, man. I just got a feeling that this is one of those years where, like, we either sweep or only lose one game in the division. I don't think San Diego can play with us. I just don't. And then I think we're gonna, do what we always do to Denver. Will we sweep KC? I don't know, but I think there's a strong possibility. I think the matchups are the issue. I think we match up extremely well, which puts us in a position to, to really get some stuff done. So let's see here. Okay. So we should be getting a link there. So if anybody wants to kind of join in, um, chop it up, we can do it. Just hit that link, and I will invite you in as a guest, and we can have a little conversation and talk about the schedule. We're still a couple minutes out from getting the official release. Um, let's look at what we do have so far. If we go by, game by game. So it looks like we're going to start off on the road against the Chargers. So I guess we get some votes. I have that as a W. Um, I think that's the perfect situation for us to start off with the Chargers while they're still trying to get it all figured out, and then hot off of them giving us, bulletin board material by calling our whole team garbage and putting Devontae Adams on that post. So yeah, like I said, 70-0. That is my prediction in that game. So that's a W. Looks like A Train thinks that's a W also. Anybody else have any ideas what they think will happen in that game? Let me know. Then week 2 at Baltimore. So that's a tough one. A Train, what you think? Is that a W at Baltimore week 2? What does the chat think? I think going on the road against that team is going to be a little different. They do kind of play the type of football that would give us a little bit of an issue because of the physical type of football that they play, which is kind of what we want to try to do. So it's going to be like a battle of wills rather than matchup style. But I think we have an advantage on some teams. So, if I were to pick a tough game that we might lose, I would say this might be it. On the road to Baltimore early, they're a little bit ahead of us also. And what's up to my brother Western Conference? I mean, what is up for sure? We got a couple people here that want to try to come in. Let's start with A Train. What's going on? I'll let you in here. What's up, my brother? What's going
Yo, what's
on?
going on?
Yeah. Excited to have my nation folks up in here. So thanks for showing up and giving support to the show and all that good stuff. So, what's your thoughts, man? What's on your mind? Oh, looks like we lost. Like we lost a connection. Uh-oh. Well, come on back, A Train. I got you as soon as you want to come back. I don't know what happened there, but we'll put you back in. First in line. Um, but yeah, my boy Western Conference is up in here, man. Like, what's going on? Oh, we got A Train, but maybe. Yep, here we go. There we go. We got him back. What's going on?
Look at the schedule and be in this room. If I leave, then I just disappear. So
Well, you gotta. Can you look at the live stream because the schedule is scrolling at the bottom for everybody just in case.
I'm in the
But
room with you right now. So I don't know if I can
yeah,
leave this room. It's all good though.
but yeah, let's
Yeah,
talk about game by game. Is there a
that's it.
specific opponent?
The biggest thing that I feel really good about is the week 10 bye. I think that's a really good bye. It's like mid season, so I do like that bye. Um, as you said, I kind of wanted that Black Friday game to be at home. The Saints game, I'm looking forward to that. Derek Carr said he was gonna try to push Crosby's buttons a little bit. Try to start a fight with him, pick a fight with him, is what he said. So that's not probably the best idea, but uh, no, I think it's pretty favorable. In all reality, I think it's actually pretty.
Hmm.
It's set up pretty well.
Yeah, yeah, I agree for sure. Um, Western saying that he's really hyped about that San Diego game. So, what's your prediction on the week 1 versus the Chargers?
Uh, Kind of like you said, man. Like I feel there's a high chance that we sweep the Chargers, and I'm not gonna lie, because they dismantled the roster. So uh, we saw what Khalil Mack and Bosa did that second game playing the Raiders. After Aiden O'Connell had that nightmare of a first game, but I mean once AP took over, Bosa and Mack were pretty much non-factors. So our offensive line got better, and we got
Yeah.
another tight end to help block, another weapon to run the 12-man, personnel. I mean, I can see us sweeping LA like you said. I think that's a real deal situation, and like you said, the matchup nightmare with the Chiefs, they're gonna have a hard time with that too. So I mean,
Hmm.
as I said in the comments, I won't say it live, but that could be pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. I'm not gonna say it, but
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
amazing.
No, I feel you. I agree. I agree.
If we if we if
Yes.
we do win all those games though, you're at 13. You're at 13, 14 wins. Because like I said, the Browns. So
Hmm.
who is it? If you want to go through, I'll tell you. WLWL since I can't see it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's look at it. Let's start off from the top. So you got a W week one, and then we are at Baltimore week two. What do you think about that one?
I'm gonna probably give that one. I'm probably gonna give that one an L. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's a tough game. I mean,
That's
you
a tough
can't
game.
have us going 16-0. So if we're gonna lose anyone, right?
That's a tough place to play too.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
won't be cold
Especially
though. It won't be cold, so that's good.
this is true. We went in there one before, so it wouldn't be the first time we'd be in Baltimore. But predicting it a little different. So we'll see. I think we can win that game, but just for the purpose of me not predicting us going 16-0, I have us losing that game in Baltimore. All right, and
Right?
then week three it has us at home Carolina.
No, that's a W. That's a big old W. I'm still not. I still don't think they did enough. Like I don't even know what they did. That's how much they did. Is I don't even know what they did. I feel really bad for that quarterback. He got put in a terrible situation.
Yeah, yeah, it's no bueno down there. But that's what happens when you're number one pick in the draft usually.
Usually,
Which is why I think Caleb Williams is in a special situation because of the whole trade that Carolina made, so they kind of double whammied that. It's pretty funny.
I
Uh,
feel so bad for
week
that kid.
four, yeah, week four at Cleveland, I believe. So what do you think about that
That's
one?
W. That's W. I'm not Deshaun Watson. He's nothing special. No, he's not even a watered down Patrick Mahomes.
Oh man, yeah, it was eye opening to me that DTR looked better in some of those games than he did as a rookie. So that's all I have to say about that.
Correct.
Let's see. Let's see what we got. Week five. Week five, I believe. Denver.
No, we all know what that is. We're sweeping the Broncos. Hey, check it out,
Yeah.
bro. I watch Oregon too, man. Like, dude, I like Bo Nix too, man. Like, legit, like I know. Hey, I ain't gonna say it again, but I mean, I got that love for him, but not anymore. Not anymore.
No,
He's
I
dead
hate
to
him
me now.
now. He's
He's
dead
dead
to
to me
me
now.
now. Hate that guy. He wasn't.
Yeah.
He's not going to be good or anything. I wasn't
No.
hoping like that we
No.
got him or anything. That
I
didn't
don't think
hurt.
it's I don't think it's necessarily Bo Nix that's going to be bad. I think that Sean Payton really just isn't
Yeah.
as good of a coach as everybody thinks he is.
No, no, and the roster itself. They tore down the roster. It's not like he has a lot to work with. I think they're
Yeah.
going to have these. I think Sean Payton is doing his best not to set the expectations high, but it's hard when you are in practice. You see the kid, and you're like, this kid has the juice, and you think you can coach. I mean, Sean Payton thinks he can coach, so he's going to set these expectations, and then they're going to be bad, and then it's going to be Bo Nix's fault. It's like right because everyone thought he was bad in the first place. So there's a chance, give it 2 years or whatever, and he might be wearing a different jersey. Just saying.
It sucks because he's older too. You know what I mean? But one thing that I
Hmm.
will never forget, bro, is the first play of the game last year and the first game of the season. Sean Payton onside kicked the ball because he had that much disrespect. You know what I mean? Like that guy. That's like
Yeah.
that's like the Chargers coach. Some of the decisions he made. Like you just don't do that. You don't do that, Lance
Yeah.
Daly. That's why you got fired, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think he's definitely overrated, man. Big time. Big time. Let's see. Western makes a good point. Okay, so Western's sticking with the 10-win minimum. And Western, you can come on. We can have you in here at the same time if you want to come on right
Oh
now.
yeah,
Just saying.
bro.
Yeah, yeah. But then he thinks we're going to the only split will be with KC. So I guess he has us going, with one loss in the division, which is pretty much what I'm predicting too. Um, and he says the Harbaugh brothers back to back. Right. That's very true. Right. Because it's week one with Jim and then week two with John. So that's pretty funny actually. Um, they're gonna share secrets. So we probably need to be real careful about game planning for those 2 weeks, and having a real different kind of approach, right?
I
Because they're
didn't think
gonna they're
about
gonna
that. That's
talk.
actually super smart, man. That's really smart, dude. Like I guarantee, because they're talking.
They're gonna talk. Yeah, absolutely. They're gonna talk and share secrets. Salute to my boy D Menace up in this piece. D Menace, you need to come in here and we can chat it up, bro. Add to the conversation. But yeah, no, we have to be careful about that situation because they're gonna share everything. They're gonna talk about what we did or what we're gonna do week one. Da, 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 da. So it's gonna get past the week two. So the smart shit would be to throw in some Easter eggs. Throw in some little traps, some Trojan horses and shit where right? Where we have a certain tendency that we show on purpose or certain reactions that we show on purpose, knowing that it's going to get passed to the next week. So that's that next level coachy stuff that you learn being in the coach's family.
I would run.
So
I would
yeah,
run in Baltimore. I would go run heavy in Baltimore, and I would bomb. I would bomb on LA because, uh, yeah, I mean, in Baltimore, that's a tough place to play. I would go run heavy in Baltimore, and I would bomb on LA.
yeah, yeah. You can show kind of different tendencies on what you're going to do in the start of the game, first 10 play that you script, and then maybe some different tendencies against man coverage, right, and that sort of stuff, and what you do against the blitz. So we'll see. Obviously, San Diego's going to have some idea of what they think we do, even though it's a new regime. They still have access to all that game tape and all that that we played against them. Um, Baltimore is more likely to be kind of trying to figure it out, although we have played them recently, but not since. Shit, there's been what two administrations, I guess, since we played Baltimore. So that's going to be interesting. So I think where were we at? We were at week 5 and 6. Oh, week 6. Okay, week 6 is Pittsburgh, at in Vegas at home. I got that as a
That's a
win for
W.
us.
Yeah, that's a W.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't believe in. I
If you
don't
have,
believe in either one of those quarterbacks.
yeah, yeah. There was a little bit of the Russell Wilson to the Raiders mojo stuff happening. What did you think about that when that
No
was that
way,
was out there?
Jose.
You were like, not a
I
chance.
take Aiden O'Connell, and you know that I like Gardner Minshew a little bit more, but I take Aiden O'Connell over Russell Wilson any day of the week, dude, and twice on Sunday.
Nice. Okay. So what is it? What is it about Aiden versus Russ? Is it just the attitude, the locker room presence sort of thing, or what's the feeling? Because I really want to know what the nation feels like about Russell versus and then AOC.
So my thing is, number one, I don't think that Pierce would have let him into the locker room. I mean, the dude had his own office in Denver. He didn't go to any of the team meetings. He didn't eat with the team. He's not a team guy. He's a team Russ guy. So he would have never made it in the
Mm,
first place. Number two, it could have been Sean Payton that broke all that down, and he actually had a decent season last year. But he
mm-hmm.
tends to, like you said, get out of the pocket and run out of the pocket, and he doesn't sometimes have to. So,
Right.
I will say that Aiden O'Connell, I guarantee this year, his pocket presence is going to be way better. I mean, he may not run around like Russell Wilson or Lamar Jackson, but uh, even, I don't know, like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, they weren't the most mobile guys, but they had good pocket presence. All you have to do is watch the
Mm-hmm.
blockers, step in the right spot, give yourself that extra, second and a half, and that's all you need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So I mean,
absolutely.
I think Aiden O'Connell is going to make huge strides, and I'd rather have him than a guy that is just out there doing his own thing and is cancer in the locker room. So
Fair, fair. Yeah. Okay. What do you think about your Minshew a little bit more than AOC guy? You want to tell me about that?
well, Minshew went to WSU, and I live 30 minutes away from WSU. So
Okay, got you.
I used to watch quite a bit of his games along with the Oregon games that I watch. And there's tons of WSU fans in my town that love Minshew. And Minshew, when he was
Hmm.
in that air raid offense, had one of the best seasons in college football. And
Yeah.
Minshew, he's a dog, man. He almost took the Colts to the playoffs with a worse team last year than he has this year. And give him the weapons
Hmm.
this year, I think that he can make the playoffs, and
Hmm.
he doesn't get hurt.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
he's rarely hurt.
He wouldn't say anything if he was. He'd just pretend like he was fine. That's what
Yeah,
got
I
him in
mean
trouble with
that and
Jacksonville. So.
he's just a wild cat too. He's just he's dude. He's I want to compare him to like I don't know, like who's that quarterback for the Jets that used to old school quarterback for the Jets that always wore the leopard
Broadway Joe.
skin jacket. Yeah,
Yeah,
like he's
Broadway
like
Joe,
that.
Joe Namath.
Yeah, yeah, Joe Namath. He's got that swag or something, and that
Yeah.
he got paid that contract, which is it's a good backup contract, but at the same time, like you are paying the guy. I just say let the best man win, dude. Like I don't care who wins. If they're winning us games,
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
50-50 on him, bro. I legit I'm
Yeah.
50-50 on him. Aiden's got his pluses. Minshew's got his. He's a little more mobile. I think Aiden has a better arm. I mean, you could argue about that all day, honestly, but I mean, I think they're both good, and to push each other like they are right now, and to have the only quarterback like in the NFL, probably no other team is having a quarterback competition like the Raiders are having. He's gonna make them both better. So
Hmm.
I'm on board with either one,
That's
baby.
true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think that Minshew is like vastly underrated. I think there's a lot of I don't know. I think people maybe kind of assume he's been in the league longer than he has been, or something to that effect. But it's really kind of like this. He's just a backup. He'll never be anything but that. And I think for some of the people that have watched him in college and then kind of watched what he did in Jacksonville, and then with the Colts, I think there's more to his game than that. So it's gonna be surprising for some of these Ritter fans. So we'll see.
I saw a poll on YouTube, bro, that said that he was behind Joe Flacco and Jacoby Brissett as far as like quarterback rankings go. Like, how you gonna put? I get that Joe Flacco's won a Super Bowl. Okay, I'm gonna respect that. But Joe Flacco at what pushing 50, and Jacoby Brissett. I mean, come on, man. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I think put more respect on a Pro Bowler's name. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, for real.
but yeah, people have their
Silly to
opinions.
me.
I think that was
It's
Chris Sims. I think actually had that ranking that he put out, and he did doing like his top 40 quarterback thing that he does. I respect Chris Sims. I think he has a pretty strong opinion as far as a quarterback. Um, you know. Analyzer, I guess we'll call him that. But I disagree with that ranking. Um, I think
he's
that
better than the other
he.
guy. The little guy that he does the show with. I'm not a fan of him. He's a hater. The little guy. I don't
Oh
know his name, but
yeah, yeah. We'll leave his name out of it. But yeah, he's a
yeah,
definite hater. Um,
yeah.
CBS. But yeah, Chris. I've been watching him since he was doing like Bleacher Report. He was doing some pretty cool stuff back then. He's been doing his
Yeah.
quarterback stuff since back then too. So it's the draft stuff. No, I think Minshew's better than that. I think Minshew is really kind of locked in to people's idea of him, instead of what he's actually capable of.
Yeah. And like I said,
Feedback coming in here.
Minshew, he's either way, man. I'm cool with it. But Minshew, if he plays, if he plays all 17 games, dude, or yeah, 17 games, dude, we will make the playoffs. I will bet anybody in this chat $100 that we make the playoffs.
Anybody in the chat want to put that money up? I wouldn't bet
Yo,
that because
I'm
I believe we're going to play
go
playoffs
for
too.
it.
I mean, is there any other? Maybe we got fans from other teams that are in here trying to look at our release. But you heard that D Menace said that he would put $100 against anybody who says we're not making the playoffs. I'm sure every Raider fan thinks we're making the playoffs, but maybe we got some other scrubs up in here who want to lose some money. What's up to my boy Raider Ryan? Boy needs to come on the show. We got to chop it up. Let's see. Get anything official just to make sure, because we got all of our games on here, guys. Scrolling at the bottom. I think we left off week 6, and if A Train wants to come back on or anybody wants to come on, just hit the link. I'm gonna put it back in the chat again, just in case, so y'all can see. Hit that link. Come talk to me. But yeah, it looks like we pretty much have the whole schedule locked in here with our bye week, week 10. And we talked about the first 6 weeks so far. And looks like we got somebody that wants to come on in. A Train is back. We lost him, but he has returned. What's up, A Train? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, A Train, my unofficial co-host for today.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
like I said, we can get other people in here too. Like I'm all about it.
yeah. Anybody else wants to come
I'm
in?
down though. I'm down, man. I'm always down. So
You can do at least 5. Yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for showing the support for sure. Let's
respect.
see. And we got Raider Ryan out there chatting right now. Let's see what Ryan got to say. He said, second half of the season looks good. No real bad weather games. Starting 2 games on the road. Yes. I mean, technically, the LA game is on the road.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, that stadium is blacked out. That stadium's always blacked out. I mean, they wouldn't even let us do our training camp and have fans in California because they were so salty about it, dude.
Yeah, but then we like finagled it, and now we got the training camp in California again. See how they couldn't really stop us? Yeah. More smarter than you
Didn't
think.
LA though? Didn't the Rams and the Chargers cry to the NFL saying that we could only have season ticket holders there and we weren't allowed to have just fans there because they didn't want nobody at their training camps? Isn't that the deal?
They tried to claim that they had that right. Of course, then Mark just flexed his muscle with the fact that they had some previous right to that area due to having a
So
fan
do the
base
Cowboys for
there
some reason.
initially. Listen, we're out
It's
there. We're going
crazy.
to Costa Mesa. Training camps in Costa Mesa. I will be running by there to take a look and check it out. But yeah, we're back in Cali, man. So they can't
I'm
stop us.
so glad they decided to change that, man.
Yeah.
It costs
It's a good
so
thing.
much money to be a season ticket holder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a lot of money. I like the fact that they're gonna have the team traveling for training camp together. The camaraderie that happens when you all have to be together for a training camp, in a hotel somewhere, put up and that sort of stuff. I think it's going to be even more important for the team. We're already, I think, connecting on a deep level as far as like camaraderie and togetherness. And so I think this will even help more by having that travel sort of thing. So yeah,
Yeah, I
um,
agree. That's AP's.
pretty
That's
Ryan,
AP's idea.
smart man. He played the game.
Mm-hmm.
He gets it right.
I bet.
Raider Ryan says yes. A Train is what I heard. It says they don't want fans coming unless they're season ticket holders. Got it. Well, you know, it says us and Saints can't have fans coming to the training camp unless they're season ticket holders. Is supposedly
Yeah,
the,
I mean, I just think
the
it's funny,
blockade.
bro. It's like, come on, man. Like, the Chargers have been in California for how long? If you haven't developed a fan base by now, you ain't gonna get one, dude.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. They're doing their best they can, to protect them
Yo,
after
I
they did
wish
what
I
they
could
did.
try and get what I wanted. You know what I mean? That'd be cool.
Yeah, well, they thought they were making a smart move by blocking us from doing the LA thing, and we just ended up with the best freaking market in the whole country, most lucrative stadium, and then we still own, the LA market just because, well, we have all the fans. So
Yeah, it's amazing.
yeah, they should have just left us there, and then we wouldn't have two markets, right? We just have one.
Hey, it is what it is at this point. If any Charger fan talks any kind of smack to any Raiders person in this chat, you could just say, "Hey, dude,
Yeah.
uh, go to your home game and tell me what happens, dude." Like,
Yeah, that's not happening. Although
yeah.
their Twitter is bold, man. Did you
Oh
see
yeah,
the
dude.
tweet?
Yeah, talking about Joe Walt just pretty much smacking Max Crosby around.
Man, and no, did you even more recently? They just tweeted that the game against us, they put the garbage Pop Tart up with a picture of Devontae next to it, bro.
You know what? That's a terrible idea because guess what AP does? He uses all that for fuel, bro. You're putting race
Right.
fuel in a race car, dude. 63 last time is going to be 73, if not 83 this time. He won't pull back.
Right. Yeah. No, I
He's gonna
think
get
it's
he's gonna get Harbaugh fired, bro.
yeah,
Y'all
I'm
need to pump the brakes a little
surprised.
bit, dude.
I'm surprised they went that way. So let's continue looking at this because, like Ray Ryan said, he said he likes the second half of the season. So we looked at everything through Pittsburgh, I think, which was week 6, and then I think what we're trying to, I think we're on week 7. Yeah, week 7. KC at home. What you
W
got?
W.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. I think we beat them at home. I think that this is. No, actually, that's week 8. I skipped a week. Week 7 is the Rams
W.
in LA.
We're
Right.
gonna black that house out. That's a W.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to
That's
be
a
that
home
good.
game. That's another home
So,
game. That's another home game.
so looking at this right here, right? We're on. So we have us week 1 with the win, week 2 with the loss, then week 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, oh, I'm sorry. Actually, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 and 8 look like we're predicting wins.
I believe it,
So that's a
bro. I'm
huge.
not even hesitating on any of those.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I
Legit.
don't feel.
The only one we might lose would be maybe the Browns game, possibly, depending on the weather out there, because it gets super windy out there.
It's in. I believe the Browns game is at home. Let me just make
Oh well,
sure.
then it's W. So yeah, no, for real, bro. Like it could go down like that, dude.
Yeah, yeah. And then let's see, week 9 we've got on the road in Cincinnati. So that's a tough one.
I'm gonna call that a L. I ain't gonna lie about it. If Joe Burrow's healthy,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call that a L because Joe Burrow gets hurt quite a bit. But
Mm-hmm. Raider Ryan.
Cincinnati stacked, bro.
Yeah, Cincinnati's good. Raider Ryan says, I've been seeing around the league different teams' star players out in Cabo vacation and other places, but our players are deep into practice. Exactly. Exactly. We are focused. Like, it's all about the leadership of the team, right? We're going to follow the leader. And so Pierce, Crosby, and then looks like AOC kind of taking that mantle of it's about the hard work. It's about being serious, and it's about showing up for practice and making things happen. And so I think that's what you're going to see out of our team. There's something different about our team and how how deep they are into this and how serious they are about this. And so, no matter what the results are, I'm proud of what our dudes are putting out there. So that's for sure. Um, and then let's see. Western says we will at least make a wild card. Yeah, I think that's true.
One
Also,
hundred percent, 100%. Give him 100 on that one.
yeah, I agree. I think that's also true. I think if we're not winning division, it's a high wild card, probably with a better record than some other division winners. That's what I would see as a possibility coming this year. All right. So then week 9, Cincinnati, we got that as our second loss possibly, but then we go into a bye week, which is like you said at a perfect time. So it's like right smack dab in the middle of the season. It literally is smack dab in the middle of the season with 18 weeks. Week 10 is the middle. So couldn't ask for a better bye week probably than that. Then you roll in, um, you know, to a road game against Miami. What you got there on
Is
that
that
Miami?
that's in Miami? And what time of year is this right now? Probably
So it's week 11. Um, so it's going to be, yeah, it's
probably
December.
80
Let's see.
80 degrees probably. I don't know, man. They always stick us. They always stick us in the sun, and Miami always gets the shade. But honestly, like that's a 50-50 for me. It depends on how Tua looks this season. He's got weapons. They've got running backs. Uh, but I mean, I'm gonna go 51-50 Raiders on that one.
Okay.
That's tough one though.
Okay.
That's tough one though. That's coin flip. LOL. Get it? Coin flip.
Yeah, but I get So I'm gonna go this. I'm gonna say due to the kind of step back I think Miami's taken on defense because I think Xavier Howard is gonna be gone. We stole Christian Wilkins. I got us winning that game close. I think it may come down to what we do in the fourth quarter, but I think it's going to be a one-score game. But I think I got us winning that game just because I think our defense is better. And yeah, I think their defense took a step back. What they like to do with all the kind of quick stuff, I think we're just gonna like knock their receivers around and play real physical. And I think that's going to be the difference in the game. So I got us winning that game.
If we get that DB Xavier Howard, if we pick him up in free agency or something, then that's a definite W right there.
Mm.
Because
Because then it's
the
just a
window's
full
still
revenge
open.
game.
Window's still
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, it would be a full revenge game at that point. Yeah, and it could happen. It could happen for sure.
So
Um,
we'll call it a W. We'll call that one a W then.
okay. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So we got Miami as a W plus coming off a bye. We have extra preparation for that one, right? So I think that's going to help.
Right.
Um, and then we go week 12, and this one was Denver at home.
Yeah,
So
we already know that one.
so that's a win. It's automatic, basically. We just go
Automatic.
circle that on the schedule. And then right after that, it's at KC.
Yeah, I think we probably. It sucks to say that we're going to lose on Black Friday and it's going to ruin everybody's Christmas. But that's probably the game that we lose to Kansas City because it's going to be cold, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just feel that one's it's probably a L, man, for real.
Okay. Yeah. My gut says we win this game, guys.
I'd love it. I'd love it.
I just, something's telling me we go undefeated in the division for the second time recently. Last time we did it, we had a coach named Hugh Jackson. We did not make the playoffs. We went undefeated in the division and did not make the playoffs that year. Yeah, that's crazy, right?
How is that
Um,
even possible?
if you go, undefeated in your division, and then go, one and whatever against the whole rest of the league, that's how you
That's
do that.
so
So,
embarrassing. That's so embarrassing.
yeah, that was a rough one. That was a rough one. And for everybody speculating in the chats, that is Papa right there, Mr. Beavers, as I will call him, giving his info. So let's read it because if I don't, he'll probably beat me up. So Pop says, my concern is the staff starting is that he's 15 and 22 in his career. This is true, but his touchdown to interception ratio is like insane. I think it's 59 touchdowns and 14 interceptions or something ridiculous like that in his career. So I think we're good there. His win-loss record, I think, is more about who he played for, Jacksonville. And then, the Colts weren't great. I think it got maybe a spot starter too with the Eagles, but mostly that's going to be a bad Jacksonville team, and then the Colts last year. So not too worried about that. I think that he has a serious opportunity to do some stuff. So thank you, Pops, for coming on and dropping on info. So let's see. Ryan says it just feels different, a different vibe around the nation and the team. I usually have hope every year. This year, I believe. I know we are making the playoffs. The quarterback play will dictate how far we go. It's a great point. Same thing. Usually, I have hope, right? Like I'm just like, we can do it, guys. Right? If this, and this breaks right, we could be an okay team. That's not how I feel this year. It's more of we look like a good team, and
AP
I would
brought the
be.
juice, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You
I would
got
be
the juice
surprised if we
now.
didn't win.
You got the juice now.
You got the,
Legit,
you got
bro.
the juice, right? Let's see, and then yeah. So relation is that's Pops. Make that clear. Pop says first 8 games, AOC will be 7-1. I mean, that's what we predicted, right? If he's a starting quarterback,
It's a very
then yeah,
favorable. It's a very favorable schedule, man. It is honestly. It's really set up for us to do really well. As long as I'm not even gonna say but it's really set up for us to do well.
yeah. No, I think we're set up. Barring health exceptions and things like that, we should be able to do
But
some stuff.
killer backup
Um,
though. Like I said, either one of them is going to be a killer backup. So any game that a quarterback misses, still we have over 70 to 80% chance of winning because they're both really good. Honestly,
which is
it's
huge.
not like we're throwing Matt McGloin in there. You know what I mean? Like you're not throwing Matt McGloin in there and getting blown out by the Texans.
McGloin,
So he faked an injury. He
McGloin,
faked an injury. I'm hurt. I'm hurt, coach. Like, come on, man.
McGloin. I still remember the McGloin Pittsburgh game. That was magic. I'm just gonna
Oh,
say
okay. Yep, that's the one.
that.
That's
Everybody
the
always brings
one.
up that one
He'll
game
be
with
remembered
McGloin,
for
right?
the rest of his life.
McGloin. Oh yeah, no, that was my. Yeah, I used to love making fun of Matt McGloin. That was the times.
It's
So
still
so
fun.
let's
It's
go
still
back.
fun.
Lester says Pop Tart with an expiration date. Beautiful, beautiful. I cannot wait. I'm gonna have to do a couple Pop Tart, um, images and things like that. So I like to play around with different images. I'll be making some cool, phone screensavers and stuff like that for you guys that want to join up to the Patreon and stuff like that. That I'll give away free for people
Dude,
so
you
they
should
can.
make a shirt, dude, that fucking has the fucking or the Chargers logo with the Kool-Aid Man busting through it with a Raiders shirt on. Oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like if they're gonna pull the Pop Tart card, dude, we're gonna pull the Kool-Aid card and kick the wall down, bro. Because that's what Matt
I like
Crosby's
it.
doing.
I
Kicking the
like it.
wall down, dude. Every sack he gets, dude. Yeah, we the Kool-Aid Man to your Pop Tart.
You know what? I'm writing this down, dude. See, this is why I
Legit,
love
bro. Like
Raider Nation.
that's dude. That is classic, dude. The Kool-Aid Man with a Raiders shirt on, bro, kicking down the Chargers wall. Oh yeah. Maybe that's Macho Man Randy Savage. I don't know what the Kool-Aid Man says, but either way, dude,
Yeah,
you could have Macho Man coming off the top rope, dude, wearing a Raiders shirt, dude, and have the Chargers guy laying on the bottom of the mat, dude. Like I don't care what you do, but that is ridiculous. Pop Tarts? Come on, man. Nobody
yeah.
eats Pop Tarts anymore. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm sure lots of people eat Pop Tarts.
No, I'm thinking about Yeah, definitely putting some stuff together. So that's one of the things is we'll be having some screensavers and things like that for people right before the games, so
I'm
people
gonna
can make fun
create
of the other
one, bro, and
team.
I'm gonna send you the pic
Chargers.
of it. I'm gonna send you the pic of it.
Hey, you want it for all day, man? Yeah, and I'll put it up in the store for people to grab if they want to grab it too.
Hell
Right? We
yeah,
can do
good
that.
shit.
But Raider Ryan and my pops have made friends, which is not surprising. It says Pop says he thinks we'll sweep KC. Just a gut feeling. So see, great minds. It's
Hey
a
man,
DNA thing.
I'm the doubter, bro. I guess I'm the doubter. I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it on the low so I don't get too crushed. But it's possible,
Yeah,
man. It is legit possible, bro.
I think I think this is our year, dude. They fear us. You could smell the fear.
They planted a flag on our field after they won the Super Bowl, bro. That's not gonna go over well. We
You
did drive
know
around
that's
their
that's
stadium, but we gotta put switches on our bus next time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we we did drive around the stadium, but that was a different coach.
Yeah.
All right, it's not this coach, and they planted
AP's
that flag,
classy.
and they're gonna pay for it for sure,
They are.
right?
I agree that shit
Because
is not.
why?
Even though Max Crosby said it didn't matter, he said in his podcast, "We don't care about that shit." Guess what, dude? They care about
They
that
care.
shit.
They care. So, and AP will not accept any less than domination. So that's why it's going to be like that. Um, Brady Ryan makes a point. Rattler might be the starter by week 17, seeing his fans are already calling for it. This is true. And, Pop says he's looking forward to week 17. And that might be the issue. Like, I'm actually surprised they waited so late in the season for this game because there's a strong possibility that we are not facing the guy who they all want us to face that they made this game for. Because I don't think he keeps the job. What do you think?
No, you know what? I didn't think about that, but he ain't seen Max Crosby, Malcolm Coons, Tyree Wilson, Christian Wilkerson. He ain't seen that, bro. And guess what? That dude also, at least when he was a younger, had some locker room issues. He treated his players when he was in high school kind of like dirt. And so we'll see if he grew up and it translates. But I think that's why the Raiders didn't make a move on him. I think they were like, dude, this guy's he's no way bueno.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was partially that and partially that I just don't think that he's exceptional at like playing quarterback as a football player.
I'm
I
still not
think
worried about it.
I don't.
Even if he does play, bro, we win that game. I'm saying we win that game right now. Like New Orleans is
Yeah.
nothing, bro. They're what's their tackle's name? Their best defensive tackle. He's really good. I like the guy. What's his name?
Oh, wait. Let's look it up. So
Not Marshawn Lattimore. Is it Lattimore?
that's that's the corner.
Oh,
Uh, Lattimore. Yeah, Lattimore plays corner. You are talking about a different player. Hold on a second. I'm trying to think. Gosh.
he's a stud, man. I do
Oh,
like that guy, but he's old though.
their team is aging. They're like ridiculously over the cap and trying to do weird stuff every year to make it make sense. Um, yeah, so they're kind of in this weird position. Um,
God, I can't remember.
I think
I had it. I
D
had it.
tackle. Well, they got Cam Jordan. I think you
They
might be
cut
talking about
Cam
Cam Jordan.
Jordan.
No, they still have him. They
Oh
still
yeah,
have him.
no, Cam
Yeah,
Jordan's the
they
guy I'm
have.
thinking about. He's a legit like he's a senior stud, dude. He's a senior
Yeah,
citizen, but he's a stud, dude. Like I always like
yeah.
that guy. I'm not gonna lie.
It's him, and then they picked up Chase Young in the offseason.
Yeah,
So,
Chase Young really never blew up like I thought he would. Honestly, so
hmm hmm so yeah,
thought he
they
was
have
gonna
a
be way better than he really was. But
yeah. So their defense is not bad. Obviously, they Chase Young, who they hope will start to take turn the corner and offer something on the other side of Cameron Jordan. They drafted the kid Brian Brees from Clemson, Breesy, a couple of years ago. It's pretty good. Um, there's got Pete Warner and Demario Davis, the linebacker core, and then you know, Jerome McDowell and Lattimore in
That
that
game's at
secondary.
home, right, bro?
Also,
That game's at our house or what?
it is not. It's on the road, and I like Paulson Adebo is a pretty good corner that they have there as far as zone stuff. He's pretty good in zone stuff.
Well,
So yeah, the
they'll be
defense.
saying, who that, knocking at the door until the Kool Aid Man kicks it in, and then there we go. So that's a W. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it, man.
Hell
I just
yeah,
don't. I'm not threatened by Chris Olave, and that's it, pretty much
yeah,
in the receiving core. So
yep,
um,
facts.
we'll see if Alvin Kamara plays or if he gets arrested before then or not, or how that
He'll
goes.
be
So
hurt, dude. He's always hurt. Kamara's hurt too. He's another injury prone cat. Like I ain't worried about Kamara. We have our
yeah,
Kamara. We got our Kamara on the draft. So
hmm yeah,
Dylan
yeah,
Wabe is going to be the
absolutely,
truth, man. Dylan Wabe is going to be the truth, bro. He's going to be a Christian McCaffrey type,
yeah,
Kamara type, Eckler type player, man. Like he was a steal. I don't think anybody really let. Well, you do,
yeah. Well,
you do, but I don't think anybody else really knows the steal that we just got.
yeah, yeah. I mean, go back and look at my little preview and stuff like that, and drop on him. But yeah, he's Austin Eckler all over again, down to being such an excellent receiver, and then his ability to really take advantage of the zone blocking scheme. We're going to be running a lot more outside zone, and he's dangerous as far as being able to threaten and then find the right lane, pick that lane, and then explode with the kind of speed that he has. Um, yeah, Amir Abdullah better watch himself. I was kind of a little bit surprised that we signed him at his age. There's something that he's doing as far as being a locker room leader that's kind of come out since then that made it make more sense. Um, but that only goes so far, you know. And there's only so many roster spots. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think he's probably pretty safe because um, we have some other backs that can go before him. I haven't really seen Britton Brown do anything that makes me think that he needs to be on this team. Um, and there's some other guys uh, that are liked by some other Raider podcasters that I don't understand that also probably won't be making this team. So um, that's my feeling on that. So
I,
yeah.
I want to say something to what Gregory Beavers has here in the chat right here.
Yeah, yeah.
AP brings the Madden. Well, Madden was a linebacker. Madden won a
Linebacker
Super
coach.
Bowl. Yeah, linebacker coach. Oh shit, so that's on me.
Yeah, and
But
both,
anyway, he
both. But yeah. hmm
won us a Super Bowl, bro, and I guarantee that if Al Davis was alive and sane at this moment, he would be living his best life, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think finally hit the nail on the head with the coach thing as far as having the right attitude. And like Pop says, he does have that Madden feel to it where he just gets it. He gets what it's supposed to be. Um, and so, yeah, when he got picked, and I was like, wait a minute, we're elevating a linebacker coach who's never been a head coach before to this position. This worked for us once before, so yeah, let's go with that. Um, so yeah,
Did you hear the
I'm
NFL shut
impressed.
us down smoking cigars in opponents' locker rooms?
Really, really.
Yeah, the NFL fucking. They were part of my language. The NFL said that we're not allowed to smoke cigars in opponents' locker rooms anymore after a win. Legit, bro. Look it up, man. I'm telling you.
And that sounds
That's
about
the
par for the
saltiness.
course.
That's the saltiness, bro.
That's so
The Chiefs
salty.
probably the Chiefs
That's so
probably put that one
salty.
in there. The Chiefs probably put that one in there because they were crying about
So,
us smoking in their locker
oh,
room.
for sure, for sure. If it was me, I would have the cigars ready right outside the tunnel. And before we went in, we would all just light up right there in front of the crowd, in front of the fucking road crowd, since you don't want us to go in the locker room, and we could talk our shit right there. So, if
Or
that's how
you
they want
roll
it to
away
be,
on
that's
the
how it is.
bus, or you roll away in the bus with the bus hitting switches and there's just smoke rolling out the windows like an NWA video.
That would be
There's your
awesome.
next
That would be
T-shirt.
awesome.
There's your next T-shirt. The Raiders bus on switches with a bunch of smoke rolling out the windows, bro. Write that shit
Hold
down.
on. I am actually writing it down.
This is
So
straight fire,
yeah,
bro. Like, and I ain't even asking for none of the fucking or part of my language. None of the proceeds of it or nothing, bro. Like, you blow up, brother. You blow up with these T-shirt ideas, but dude, I'm buying one. I'm buying one. I'm buying one.
oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm buying one.
Oh, party happening in Vegas behind me. But yeah, this is
Hell
fire.
yeah.
This is fire. Yeah. So, um, shout out to Raider Ryan for saluting my pops. What's up? He says your son shows the next upcoming podcast. He's always very prepared and informed for the nation. Salute to me. This is touching. Yeah,
Yep.
Raider
Take that.
Ryan's
Take that. Ain't even Father's Day yet.
right.
He's getting a Father's Day gift right there. You are damn good. You are damn good at what you do.
Thank you so much. But it's really because of him. Like that dude made me a Raider fan from birth. So like all the praying, all the all those lessons, all the games of trying to decide between Jay Schrader or Mark Wilson and him yelling and screaming at the TV. That paid off. So thank you. All right, Raider Ryan says Spillane gives me Romanowski vibes.
Facts.
Yeah, facts. Like
Facts. I love
all
Spillane,
day.
bro. I love
Yeah,
Spillane, dude.
dude. The way that he embodies a Raider linebacker is fucking vicious, bro. The
It's
interception
it,
with the
dude.
cast on, bro. Like, let's fucking go.
That's it,
That's what I'm
dude. That's it. That's
talking.
it. Like, you want to talk about dropping the mic, dude? That's it, dude. That's like some Charles Woodson shit, intercepting the shit with a fucking sling on his arm, bro. Like, that's like the shit
Yeah,
right
bro.
there, dude.
Yeah, that was one of those moments, bro. That like he became a Raider forever to me with that play. So,
One of the best
um,
moments of my life is watching the last Charles Woodson game in Oakland, bro. That was I fucking cried, man. Part of my language, but I cried. I got a signed Wood jersey in my closet. I told you guys before. I
yeah,
cried, man.
yeah.
I was so happy that man got to go out like that, man.
God, that was so beautiful, bro. That he got to come
It
back
was
and then
gorgeous,
play that
dude.
game like that and say goodbyes to the stadium and all that, man. Like that was brilliant. And
One
yeah,
of the
that
best
was a hell of a show.
one of the best times I've ever had as a Raider fan is watching that happen. It was sad to see him go, but it was so effing beautiful, bro.
It was, yeah,
He
man. It
went out
was,
like a king, dude. He went out like a king.
yeah, like he should be, like the goat he is. You see what I'm saying? Like
Legit, dude.
that dude.
Respect to
Mystery,
Seawood, dude. Yo,
Mitch,
send me a bottle of your whiskey. Send me a bottle of your whiskey, Seawood. I don't need it, but I'll take it.
for real. Hey,
Sign
we
that
love
for me, by the
whiskey
way.
here.
Come on, brother.
I'm just saying we love whiskey in Vegas. I live here. I'd love to just have bottles here that I like talked about all the time. Woodson, you
And
know.
not drink.
Anyway, of course, I would never.
Dude, if I had
So,
bottles of whiskey in front of me, they'd be gone, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You see what I do over here.
right, we wouldn't be taking shots or anything like that. That would be
I'm
weird.
freezing up. I'm freezing up again. My face, I'm holding my mouth right now. So, oh, there we go. I was gonna say I'm about to drop off again, but never mind.
It's all good. It's all good. All right. So Western Conference brings up good old Nathan Peterman. So
Oh my
Nathan
god.
Peterman, Nathan Peterman or Matt McGloin?
Oh, I'm taking MVP Peterman all day, baby. I'm just kidding. I really don't care. Like, I don't know what John Gruden has with Peterman. Isn't Peterman on the Saints?
God, I think he is.
I
It's like
think he is,
everywhere John
bro.
Gruden
Like,
is.
Gruden's
Yeah,
like, he
I think
keeps
you really
Peterman in
do
his
think
back
he.
pocket, like a pocket protector, bro. Just in case he needs him, he just pulls them out, dude, to prevent theft. Like, I don't know what's going on with Peterman,
Hey,
bro.
hey, he's John Gruden's different. He's a seaman and likes his Peterman. I'm just saying,
Alexis
uh,
Peterman.
he's a
Man,
different kind of
I
guy.
love John. No, I love John Gruden. Yeah. He's like George Bush back in the day when he used to do press conferences. Like, you knew he was doing something terrible, but you're like, God, the guy's so damn funny.
So
Like, it's
funny,
okay
yeah.
that we're going into Iraq for no reason besides oil. Like,
Whatever. I'd have
it's
a,
funny.
I'd still have a beer with him. As much as he
Yeah,
screwed us over, probably even worse than John, than the other
whoever, it doesn't even matter. I'm having a
crappy
beer.
coach.
I'm having a
Yeah,
beer with
I'd
George Bush,
definitely have a
bro.
beer with him. Yeah, like he's funny. Like he's funny,
He
man.
is.
It just seems cool.
He's a
I
character.
think even like the Obamas even liked him. That should tell you something, bro. Like you can't not like the guy. He's just good, fucking funny or some shit like that, right? You get around him and you like him. So I think
Obama can
Gruden's
ball
gonna,
too. Obama can ball.
dude, basketball.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
He legit can. He can put shots up, dude. He can fucking or God, I keep dropping that word. He's got
You're
some
good.
skills.
Yeah. Now when you're just like hitting, you know, threes on call, like for the camera, just so you could floss, like yeah, he's wet with that
But
jumper.
he's
That's
got
for
but he's
sure.
got Michelle guarding him, and she's huge, bro. So like he's got to be good.
No,
That's like, I mean,
not just
legit, bro. That's like Jokic standing in front of you, dude. Like you, eventually, you have to get good at the fadeaway. Just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. That was super
what
rude, but it was funny.
Western's like Brock Bowers. Ah! What do
Yeah.
you? Yeah,
Yo,
Brock Bowers, bro.
yeah. Brock
Brock Bowers.
Bowers is gonna change shit. He's gonna change shit. Legit.
So I saw AI prediction for him with 81 receptions, over 900 yards, and 11 touchdowns as a rookie. What you think about that?
I think that's rookie of the year. Is what I think about that.
Yeah, I think that's like
It's hard.
entirely
It's hard to
possible.
beat a quarterback, but if there's one person who could beat a quarterback in rookie of the year, it's probably that man.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see what Caleb does, and that sort of thing. But I think it's entirely possible he puts up something close to that, just because I think we're gonna have like three receivers with over 75 receptions.
Off the
In this
record,
offense.
Caleb Williams, locker room cancer. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay. Okay. So you know what?
Off
Let's
the
take a
record,
minute.
off the record, off the record, off the record, man. I don't
He
think he's
says
gonna.
off the.
I mean, I'm just
You
saying,
said off
bro.
the record.
Like off the record,
What?
man. I feel like he's a really good player, but he already before he even got there, he had Bears wide receivers saying, "Don't bring that Hollywood shit here, dog," and he's bringing it. So
Mm, interesting.
one more reason AP would have never drafted Caleb Williams, regardless of his skills. It doesn't matter if your players won't play for you, bro.
This is true. Um, we'll see how he handles it. Because I think my opinion is that most of his issues are kind of like media creations, and not so much about what he's doing so much. But we'll see. He's got to get
I
a
could be
handle on
wrong.
it. He's got to be able to take control over that, and make his teammates feel like he's one of them. If he can't do it, then that's on him. And
Yep.
we'll see. I don't really care because he's a bear. I hope he fails, but if he does well, then that's cool too, as long as the Bears don't. So,
Yeah, I don't
let's
even
see.
know. I mean, the Bears aren't even in our division. I don't care what the Bears do, but I'm not worried about the Bears either. I mean, they have a good stacked team, but I mean, the Bears are the Bears, man. They always charger it up somehow. So
This is true. They don't know how to have a good quarterback. It seems like, and they're
we'll
already
see.
starting in on their guy. So it's funny to me that you draft a guy that half the fan base already hates him. And it's like, well, maybe give him a couple snaps, but we'll see.
Yo,
It's all good.
legit, bro.
But it's
It's
all good.
crazy,
I mean,
bro. Like
do what you
half the
want.
fan base wanted Jaden Daniels, man, and
They
we're not
did.
gonna go down that road. We're not gonna go down that road,
Yeah.
the Jaden Daniels road. But I would tell
Yeah.
you what, Jaden Daniels. I don't 100% agree that he likes the situation that he got put in, regardless of what he's saying right now, because we all know the relationship he had with the coach or the GM or whoever it was that told him he wouldn't be past the fifth round pick and all that nonsense. So Jane Daniels could be a free agent in a couple years too, man.
Mm,
He could eventually end up back up with AP. He could happen in a couple years, man. You don't know, man. It could happen.
yeah, I mean, AOC would probably need a backup, so I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope so. Like legit, if we're talking about AOC becoming the next Tom Brady, I'm here for it, man. I'm all about it.
Listen, I don't know if everybody had a chance to look at my video on AOC that I talked about like his development and what he's done with the core training and the concentration on his footwork. But it's the exact same formula that Brady and Breeze went through, and the jumps they made were insane. Go look at the stats, or just go watch my video. And
Well,
I think he's going to throw for 4,000 yards. It's going to be 35 touchdowns ish in that range. And I think it's going to be 10 picks or less, just based on who he is, how he plays, and what people are saying about what's changed in his body. His only limitations really were getting more comfortable in the pocket, getting more comfortable with the playbook, and then just needing a little bit more arm strength, just that a little bit more as far as his ability to put zip on the ball and finish those plays deep. And what he did in the offseason, I think, is exactly what he needed to do in order to take advantage of that. He's not the guy you bet against. Dude went from eighth string to starting in the Big Ten. That just doesn't happen.
that
Uh, it just
he's
doesn't happen.
cerebral, bro.
Yeah, so he has he has the sort of like care and wherewithal that is going to
Western
allow
Conference,
him to
by the
take the
way.
next
Western Conference, good comp, by the way. Danny Woodhead, good comp.
very good comp. Western Conference likes my semen joke, so yeah. Um, and it looks like we might be having a special guest. I'm getting messages right now. Hold on a
Is it
second.
Charles Woodson? Bring him in. Just kidding. Wouldn't that be some fire? Wouldn't that be some fire?
So I got possibly we might be able to get Raider D to come on here. I know he's just
Hell
getting
yeah,
in.
brother.
Let me send him the link.
Yo, how about we send that one hater the link real quick? That one dude, what's his name, that was talking all that trash. Send him a link. I'm just kidding. We ain't trying
Who
to
was
ruin a
that?
good time. I don't remember his name, dude, but he said he was gonna accept an invite to your show and come on here and get thrashed.
I,
But
that's
he's
why I told
probably
him
in
I
here
was like,
right
you
now.
gotta hiding. Don't hide.
No, he ain't here. He ain't here. What? He wouldn't be here. He wouldn't be here. Dude, I
Yeah,
would
no, I
put
told
that dirt.
him.
I would put that dude in the dirt for you, dude. You wouldn't even have to speak. I would smash that guy out so fast that he would never come back, bro. I would have your back like that. Like you wouldn't even have to say a word. So like, try and get him. Try and get him. I'd be like, yo, fucking here we go, bro, and I would just smash him. Legit, bro. I would do that for you. But I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I'd be like,
I
hey,
I
handle my
don't have
lightweight
any ill
trade.
intent towards anybody, but that guy's on another level. So
He's a special dude. Like
he's
like
yeah, he's on
like
the spectrum for sure.
short bussies special kind of thing. But yeah,
So you ain't bringing him on, so but that'd be cool.
he
If
said,
you, me, and D were in here with him, dude, oh, that we would destroy that man's hopes and dreams, and his belief in Santa Claus would disappear so fast.
mm-hmm. Let's see. Let me
Let's
see if
let's
we can
continue with
get.
the schedule though. Let's get the schedule.
Yeah, let's see if we can get Raider D in here. But yeah, let's see. Where were we? I think we were on week 12, week 13. Okay, week 14, Tampa Bay in Tampa. What'd you
That
think about that?
W, homie, all day. I'm giving that a W. It's gonna
Okay.
be
Okay.
yeah. It's
Tell
not
me
gonna
about
be
it.
too hot. It's not gonna be too hot. Baker Mayfield, shake and bake, man. He beat us when he was with the Rams, his first game, which was super embarrassing. But I don't know, man. Mike Evans, he's older. I mean, our defense got better. Our O line's good. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, I'm giving that a W.
Okay. Yeah. This is one of those games where, I highlighted we needed to make sure we got a bigger corner to deal with the fact that we're going up against Mike Evans here. And Baker, this could be a trap game, especially coming off of the Kansas City game and before the Monday night game with Atlanta. So we need to be careful
If
here.
if we lose to Kansas City, though, it's a W. If we win at Kansas City, it could be a trap game
Right, right.
because we're going to be
So
so high on ourselves after sweeping the Chiefs that's how you lose easy games. But if you lose to the Chiefs, then all of a sudden that's a winnable game.
exactly, exactly. So I believe that to be true. I think if we beat the Chiefs, then yeah, you're right. It becomes that trap game that I'm worried about. Do I think we lose that game? I'm not sure. I think there's enough players left from that embarrassment against the Rams, against Baker Mayfield, that may take it personal. I think Max probably takes that real personal that game. Um, I think Devontae probably still has that
You gotta
stuck in his
show
head.
Jake a big respect though for coming in and beating us like that. Like he had 13 hours to learn the playbook and he beat us, man. And it's like I gotta give him respect for that, man, for real.
Yeah, that hurt. That was hard to
Oh, that cut
watch.
deep. That cut deep. That cut deep for real.
That was rough. Obviously, we
I
made
lost
mistakes.
$100 that day, by the way.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, I
we
got
made
a Rams
mistakes
fan I
too.
work with, and I lost a hundo that day, so that's cool.
Ouch. Yeah, that probably made it hurt a little bit more. Um, the red zone play on offense in that game was absolutely atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. So, um, yeah, let's not gonna reminisce too much about that one, but I think
Yeah,
that
let's
week
forget
14.
about that. That's water under the bridge, man. We moving on. Like that never happened. It never happened, bro. It never happened. So
So week 14, I'm gonna say that might be a loss, just because I think we're
all right,
gonna win that
you're
Kansas City
still calling
game.
it the trap game, then. You still think we lose that one? All right.
Trap game, yeah, game. So I think that's a trap game. And then week 17, Monday Night Football, Atlanta. I got that as a win. I
Yeah,
think
no,
we'll
I
get back.
agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Unless Kirk Cousins gets hurt and we have to go against Penix, bro.
I'm
I'm
not
gonna
worried.
give Penix his love because I want a Penix, bro. So if
Okay.
Kirk Cousins is the quarterback, then yeah, we probably win. But if Penix is the quarterback and he has, let's say, 5 or 6 games under his belt and he has all those weapons and he's NFL ready and the speed is there, then he's acclimated to the speed of the game. I think that he could do that. So
He could. I don't see him in at this point, unless I guess Kurt
Kirk gets
is
hurt.
just not. Yeah, he's just hurt
We're-
again,
yeah.
which could happen. Could happen. Totally, obviously, could happen.
I don't wish that upon anybody though, just so we're all
No.
square. Like I don't,
Oh
no,
yeah,
no.
absolutely. No, yeah. I think he's had the off season to recover. You know, I'm going to assume Kurt is still the quarterback at this point. And I think either way, as much as I liked and continue to like Penix and Nix and some of these other rookies, um, that defense that we're bringing is serious. And it's
It's
something
super
that I don't
serious.
think. Yeah, and I'm not sure just because you played NFL defenses, it's another level when you're getting to one of the top 5 defenses in the NFL, which I think we will be. So I got that as a win, regardless of who
We saw how
is under
Penix
center.
played against Michigan when he got hurried. He didn't play super well.
Yes, and that's something that I saw when I scouted him. Um, he has an issue with how he manipulates the pocket. Um, he mostly navigates the blitz and the rush by being able to throw off platform, and make kind of special kind of arm talent throws. Um, but everybody, we have a special guest with us today. Mr. Raider D is in the house. What is up?
Oh, the man has come.
Just got home from a little camping.
You gotta breathe like that? Like, oh my God!
Guys,
Like, prepare yourselves.
4.5 hour drive.
This is Sparta.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
we're talking about the Kool-Aid Man kicking doors down. This is Sparta. Get it? Anyways, never mind.
Wait
You
a
weren't
minute.
you weren't here for that. You weren't here for that. You weren't here for that.
You
So
missed it.
So
Yeah.
what's
No.
good, Nation? What's going on?
Man, the nation is ready. So we're just going over the schedule, man.
Why
I
am I
think
hearing?
maybe feedback. Maybe you got to turn
Yeah.
me down, A Train.
gone.
Got it. So
There you go.
we're just going over the schedule, week by week. Trying to, have predictions. Let's quickly go over what you're seeing, your thoughts on the schedule and now dropped.
I just got home, so I haven't seen it yet. I
Okay.
got a message from somebody that showed
I
us
sent it to
schedule,
you.
but it
That was
didn't
me.
look right.
I sent you a message on YouTube with the picture of the schedule.
Oh no, I didn't even
tagged
see
you.
that one.
Yeah, I tagged you in that one. That's the legit schedule. We lost the Black Friday game. It's in Kansas City, by the way.
Okay, let me look
Yeah,
it
that's
up
cool.
here.
I need a computer, man. That's what I need.
Let's see,
So
schedule.
week one, people are saying we had this one as a victory.
Oh yeah, for sure. We might score 70 on that one.
That's what he said.
Literally what I said.
Legit, dude, legit.
I called it 70-0 as the score that I'm calling for that one. Did you
They probably
see
get a
the
field
Twitter
goal. They
post?
probably get a field goal, bro.
Oh man, you're being kind. Where they called us garbage and posted Devontae next to a garbage Pop-Tart.
No, but I seen PFF says that we have the worst quarterback tandem in the NFL.
Yo, it's not Phil Simms. It's the other guy I was talking about, bro.
Yeah. But it's par for the course. They hate on the Raiders every year, no matter who it is.
Facts.
But here's the deal. They're gonna find out real quick how good the Raiders are when we smash the Chargers and we beat Baltimore. Then the tide's going to turn, because when we beat the Chargers, they're going to be like, oh, okay, they did that last year. But when we beat Baltimore, that's when they're going to be like, ooh. And when Aiden O'Connell is thrown eight touchdowns and only one interception in the first two games, they're going to be like, the Raiders have one of the best quarterback tandems in the NFL.
I think I had Baltimore as a loss. Am I correct? I had Baltimore as a loss, didn't I?
Yeah, we both wrote that down as a possible loss because we have to lose a game eventually. But hey, I'm gonna
Dude, let me explain why. Because this is from the one that I seen earlier, and I was thinking about it. Here's why I think we're going to beat Baltimore. We've proven how you beat Baltimore in the past. You have to take the game away from Lamar Jackson. And we have the defensive front to do exactly that. If Lamar Jackson gets flustered and he starts relying on his legs instead of throwing the ball, we win. It's as simple as that.
So you run the ball against Baltimore, and you bomb it against the Chargers, just like I said earlier.
Yeah, but what you want to do is you want to get Lamar Jackson reliant on using his legs and take the passing game away from him. And that's how we beat him in the past, and that's how we'll beat him again. He is not good when he's under pressure. If he takes off running, that's it. Because unlike Patrick Mahomes, who's a magician under pressure, Lamar Jackson has the tendency to take off and try and do everything with his legs, and he'll forget about the pass. That's always been the knock on him. He's gotten better at it over the years, but still,
No, you ain't
we're gonna
wrong
put
about
so much.
that.
We're gonna put so much pressure on him that it's gonna make it difficult for him to throw the ball. And all we got to do is put up 25 points. We'll hold him to under 19. God willing. That's my thoughts on it.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that
I
makes
like
sense. It makes sense, legit.
So, A-Trey, I'm gonna try to have you come out and come back in because we still got a little bit of a overlay thing, reverb.
Yeah,
All right, well, here's
there's
what I gotta do. I gotta run to the grocery store and get some garlic bread anyway. So I'm gonna put my phone in the charger. I'll be back in a few. If you guys are still up, cool. If not,
Okay.
it was awesome coming on here, man. I appreciate it, man.
Dude, thank you for being my first co-host.
Hey, man, I tell you
And
what,
coming on. Yeah.
no better person I'd rather be a co-host for, dude. Like you're legit, bro. Like,
Awesome.
and respect to
Thank you.
both these men right here. Smash them likes, and blow this cat up, cause he's the next coming of whatever you want to say. I don't know, you know what I mean? Whatever your religion is, you know, he's the next coming of that. So you guys stay up. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I ain't trying to get religious, but y'all stay up. I'm gonna
Yeah,
charge my phone for a second because I'm at like 5%. That could be why I'm cutting out.
sure.
But I'm gonna
Sure.
charge my phone. I'm gonna hit the store, get some garlic bread, and I'll come back. And if you guys are still on, you want me to jump in, I'll jump in. If not, it's all good. But I appreciated it, man. It was fun.
thank you,
Oh,
Train.
absolutely.
Salute,
Here,
brother.
for sure. Yes,
Anyway,
thank you.
12 wins, baby. 10 to 12 wins, like I said. But if you sweep the Chiefs, like you said, now we're at 13. If you sweep the Chargers, now you're at 14. And you know what?
Mhm.
That equals the playoffs.
Let's
So
go. Yes.
let's go.
Nice.
I'll be back, but y'all
Let's
be
go.
easy, man. Respect.
Respect, Rock.
All right. Respect.
Salute.
All right, like.
So D,
All right, how's it sounding now?
we're good.
Yeah, okay. No feedback now, so I think that's what it was.
Yeah. You know, we got the professional equipments and things like that. Makes it easier on us. So, but
Yeah.
Western Conference says, "What's up, brother? What's going on?"
Weston, you working?
He is. He's working right now. That's why he's not up.
Oh, okay.
My dad says, "What's up?" Yeah. And,
Salute, pops.
Yeah. We got everybody up in here. Let's see what did Pop say. He says the team is becoming what I remember back in the day. Teams feared the silver and black, and the team that played we marked as a win because we'd f them up. Real shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were just talking about how attitude that AP brings back the whole Madden kind of feel, where I think we are this team that's like feared, right? We have that mystique coming back, so that's kind of nice.
So I'm gonna run through this schedule. I'm gonna run through real quick, week by week, what I feel about it. I'm gonna start with the preseason.
He's
Minnesota
going
Vikings. I'm going preseason. Minnesota Vikings. You're gonna see a 2 quarterback split. It's gonna be between AOC, and Minshew. Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
You're gonna see AOC and Minshew, and probably our rookie and our third QB. I've been driving all day, so I got brain fog right now.
Carter Bradley.
And then Carter Bradley and what's his name? The kid from Baltimore.
I don't know. AP forgot his name, so I don't think it matters. But yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool. I don't feel so bad now. And then on the San Francisco 49ers game, I think you're just going to see Carter Bradley, and you're going to see, again, the kid who has no name, apparently. Whose name everybody forgets. I feel so bad for that dude right now. I'm like, man, everybody keeps forgetting my name. I'm an NFL quarterback. But I think it's going to be split between those two. I think that final game they'll be splitting. Probably 50-50 to see who's going to, stay on as the third string guy. And I don't have a favorite in that race. I think it's a crapshoot between the two of them. Who knows? And then we go into week 1. We're facing the Chargers. This is an away game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, at the Chargers. We beat the Chargers again. I think it's going to be AOC, in my opinion, who's going to be the starter. Hopefully he comes out firing on all cylinders like he did last week of the NFL regular season last year against Denver. And if he does that, we beat them handedly. They don't have much of a team. They're a little bit gutted. They got some rookies, but we'll see what they can put up. Baltimore, like I said earlier, I think we beat them. It's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a defensive game. I think our defense is going to reign supreme in that endeavor, and we come out, we edge just above them. All AOC has to do is just be a good game manager, and Zamir White and Madison just need to put up a combined 175 plus yards.
Okay.
And then Carolina Panthers, we're at home. We'll beat them handedly. They still don't have a team.
Right.
I think we'll make Bryce Young run for his life and throw 7 interceptions, and Jack Jones gets 3 pick sixes in that game.
One of those games.
Madden highlight defensive reel.
Right.
Week 4, Cleveland Browns should be a pretty decent game. Again, I think it's going to come down to defense on that one, and we'll edge them out by about 7 points. Broncos continue the sweep with them handedly, probably beat them by at least 14 points. Pittsburgh Steelers, always a tough team to play against. They're well coached. It'll be Russell Wilson as the starter, in my opinion. Maybe Justin Fields. If it's Justin Fields, look out. We may win that game by 35 because it's our OC, was his OC. He knows all the tendencies. They can have a little kumbaya between him and Patrick to Graham to decide how to crush Justin Fields.
Right.
That's if he hasn't become a cancer in the locker room and everybody's throwing eggs in his face by that point anyway. So I think we win that game. I think up to this point we're still undefeated. Then we go against the Rams. Very well-coached team. Former Super Bowl champion. Always in the hunt.
Yeah.
If they're healthy, this could be our possible first loss, in my opinion.
Interesting. Okay.
Which sucks because this starts a 3-week trial by fire in the schedule. We got the Rams, the Chiefs, and the Bengals all back to back to back. I'm hoping that this stretch we can win at least one of these 3 games. These are all 3 highly talented teams, very well coached, great quarterback play. This is good. This is that one. I'm just hoping for a 1-3 split at the worst. Hopefully we can go 2-3 maybe. I don't see us sweeping through that stretch. But then, because I think we're going to get a little bit beat up right here, just a little bit. We might lose 2 games in that 3-week stretch. Then we got the bye, which is great because now you can come out of the bye and get back to work, shake off the couple losses we may have incurred, go up against the Dolphins. Going to be another tough game there. We're in Miami, too. It's not even a home game. But I expect Christian Wilkins to just flat out go off during this game. It's against his old home team, against the city that he came from before he came to us. So I think he's going to go off. I think we win that one. Continue the sweep against Denver. And then we got the Chiefs again. So only a few weeks away, going Chiefs, and then only like 3 weeks again, we're playing the Chiefs again. This game is at KC. I would love to just get them. Just get them again in their stadium. They won a Super Bowl in ours. I'd love to just plant the flag in their center field. You know what I mean? I hope that we just crush them And I hope that even though we can't actually plant a flag there, because guys would probably get suspended, I would love the guys to just run to the center of that field and
There
just
you
do like a
go.
pretend like
Yes,
plant the
yes.
flag,
Dude, can we just
right?
like do a TO? Just stand down there and be like, oh.
Then we got the Buccaneers. Going to be an interesting game. It depends on how their quarterback plays. But it'll be a tough game there. Could go 50-50. I say we take that one, though. The
Okay.
Falcons, another tough game. But again, it's, they're kind of having some controversy with now drafting
who's the
a quarterback
when we play the Falcons?
I think it'll still be Kirk Cousins, obviously, if he's healthy. I mean, you're paying him $40 million a year. So if he's healthy, that's who you're gonna run with. That's who we'll face. And he's not a super mobile guy. So I mean, he's coming off that Achilles tear. He's probably only got 7 or 8 games under his belt for the season because he's not gonna. I'd be highly surprised if he starts week 1. I don't think he starts till week 4 or 5 with that injury. So we'll see. But I think, again, both of those quarterbacks are not mobile guys. They're pocket guys. So even if it's, Penix, he can run, but that's not his game. So he's going to probably continue his game. And that just is going to allow our defensive line to feast and rack up maybe 6 or 7 sacks in that game. So I think we win that one. Again, just riding our defense. Jaguars, it's going to be a good game, but I think that we can beat Trevor Lawrence. And again, if AOC is on a roll and he's, what I'm thinking he has the ability to be, which is the mini Peyton Manning, we're on a roll with just continuing up against Derek Carr. And I think Derek Carr is, when he made that little joking comment, like I'm just gonna punch Max Crosby, and when the refs aren't looking, and I look forward to a fight with him. We'll see how that pans out.
Yeah,
because even though he was just playing around and they're buddies, Max Crosby is super competitive, so he might try to get 3 sacks on Carr's backside. And then we face Chargers again, and we sweep them this year. We win the AFC West. We've lost maybe 4 games this year. That's my analysis of where we're at.
Look, man, I had us with what I think I said 11 wins. I'm gonna have to revise that after looking at the schedule and how it lays out. Having a bye week smack dab in the middle of the season is really hopeful. I mean, it's literally a perfect time for the bye week. And then who we're playing and when. We don't have a lot of bad other games and things like that. It doesn't look like we're playing a ton of teams after they've had a chance to have their bye week. I'll have to look at that. But yeah, I think 13 wins is more in the right range. I think I'm easily upping it to 12, and I'll make an official kind of prediction probably tomorrow after I get a chance to kind of digest everybody else's schedule too. I think I'm somewhere in the 12 to 13 range is going to be my prediction, I think, based on what we're doing.
That's where I'm at. I think we're 13-4 overall on the season. 13-4, we win the AFC West. I think the Chiefs are going to win 10 to 12 games this year. So we'll edge them out. Even if it comes down to a tie, I think we'll edge them out by beating them. And then by dominating the conference. Really what we need to do is we need our quarterback, whoever it's going to be, and again, I think it's going to be Aiden O'Connell, but Aiden O'Connell needs to prove PFF wrong. And all the haters out there, he needs to prove them wrong. And he needs to do what Peyton Manning did in his second year. Right? That's where I'm at with it. If he takes that leap and he goes on to do what Peyton Manning did in year 2 of his career, we win the AFC West, we're making a playoff run, and who knows? I mean, we could be in the Super Bowl with Aiden O'Connell in year 2. In which case, it's going to make, all the people that were saying AOC has something special in him, all of a sudden, have some, credibility. And all the people that were saying, he has nothing, he's at best a backup quarterback for the rest of his career, lose some credibility. I'm riding with it. Now, and like I said, I would have loved to get the Ferrari in the draft in Jaden Daniels. I would have loved it. But there was no chance of us getting him. And even if there was, we literally would have had to have sold everything to get him. And if he turned out to be a Chinese knockoff Ferrari instead of a real one, then we would have been in big trouble. Yeah, so I like the way the team is. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I like where we're at.
I agree. I think that this is like I think Raider Ryan said it best. He talked about just it's different this year. Let me try to find that comment that he says, it just feels different, a different vibe around the team. He says, I usually have hope every year. This year, I believe. I know we're making the playoffs, and the quarterback play will dictate how far we go. And I agree with that. It's a great comment. The feeling versus, and the hope versus like a knowledge of like, hey, we actually have the players, we have the staff, we should be in this position. If I was not a Raider fan, I would still be in this position saying, Baltimore, and the Raiders look like the class of the AFC right now. And that's what I think you're going to end up seeing by the time the year is done is those are the teams probably fighting for the 1 and 2 seed in the AFC playoffs. It's just my feeling on that. Another key question is, will Carr be the starter when we play them week 17? Or would it
I think so.
be a different player?
No, I mean, who would it be? Who are they going to make? Rattler's not ready for the NFL. That dude's a good 3 years away from being ready for that. Rattler will come out and throw 6 interceptions a game. But he'll run around.
You're preaching to the choir. There's a lot of people that love Rattler.
Yeah. And I love Rattler. I think Rattler, with the proper coaching and the proper system, has the ability to be a good quarterback in the NFL, a flashy quarterback, a quarterback that's going to give you some real fancy plays and some highlight reels. I believe that. But he is nowhere near ready. I don't think Caleb Williams is ready for the NFL. And Caleb is clearly better than Rattler. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be Carr.
You think it'll be Carr? What do you think? We have a fan of it. Am I saying your name right? Rafucho? Is that correct?
Oh, yes, that's my name. I just wanted to realize that, I know Rated D because I just saw one of your shows. And I was like the first time subscribing for those guys right now because I just realized that I'm not really nervous at all. But after that, I just saw for the schedule release, I think we have the opportunity to make it at all. It's not going to be easy at all because let's just forget about Josh McDaniels. Let's just forget about Dave Tago. This is about time for redemption. And the first week against Chargers, this is going to be so fucking great because I know there's some Chargers fans could be salty. It's going to be, there's going to be crying a lot. But remember that time we just won by 3 points and we just left it down by Aiden O'Connell. So, yes, it's going to be awesome. The first week is going to be away at the SoFi Stadium and at home, which is the last week, which is to be announced. But, man, it's going to be so incredible. And for the Black Friday, I would like to expect it like another beat. Because whenever what we do at Christmas, right now after Thanksgiving, it's going to be unbelievable. But I got my prediction on it. So it's going to be 12 wins, 5 losses. It all depends for the defense and the offense. And, of course, we just got right there for the tight end room, the right receiver, also for the situation for the quarterback. We can have it like a city on the Garden Minshew. But I will tell this. 12 wins 5 loses for this season because right now is about the damn time to see a redemption. There's no excuses at all, so let's put him back
Hmm.
to work.
I like it.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
like it. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, so
So with that, let me ask you guys a question.
yeah.
I got in
Okay.
one of my videos a comment about Brock Bowers. Do you think he gets Rookie of the Year?
Mm, I think, yeah, I think so. Because I think his real competition are quarterbacks who are going to be in difficult situations. I think that Chicago and that fan base is going to eat Caleb Williams alive. I think they have no patience for whatever he's going to do. I think Washington is not a good team with the number 2 pick. Neither is New England, and I'm not even sure that Drake May. It was interesting to me that they drafted Joe Milton after drafting Drake May, because there's this thing that happens in practice when you're a football player. You have quarterbacks over there throwing and everything. Like the guy who is physically like the best, you notice it. You just do. And there's not one thing physically that Drake May does better than Joe Milton. Joe Milton throws harder, he runs faster, he's bigger, he is physically superior. And there's it's not like Drake May is going to be out there executing like a 10-year veteran. He's got his problems with that sort of thing. They may have shit on themselves by getting a guy who's going to outperform their guy physically in front of everyone else, and then they're going to hand the ball to the rookie, and half the locker room is going to be like, well, he's not even the best quarterback on this team right now. So I think that could be an issue. But I digress. Brock
Hmm.
Bowers is going to be in a very strong position because of the way that the offense is set. Getsy has a ton of stuff that is made for this kind of special slot player to take advantage of. That's why you saw Randall Cobb eat so much in Green Bay during those years. I think people can remember what Randall Cobb did for Green Bay. Imagine you put Brock Bowers in that position, and then you extrapolate from there. So yeah, I think it's entirely possible that dude's Rookie of the Year. He'd be my favorite, actually.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of comments about that, about people that think that Brock's going to win, and I think that we're gonna keep feeding him, because you don't draft a guy in the first round like that who is an offensive weapon and not utilize him when, especially
Yes,
at the tight end position, because it's so much easier to utilize a tight end than it is a rookie wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
yeah, I'm excited about that for him. I think he gets probably 700 or 800 yards on the season. I think he probably gets 7 or 8 touchdowns rookie year.
Okay, we got one more.
I mean, that could
One
be
more.
anything.
Yeah, what do you think?
I mean, that could be anything. I mean, it all depends for the defense and the offense. Expect the unexpected, because let's just forget about for the bad memories of Josh McDaniels and their city. Because at first, their playbook for the Josh McDaniels, it really sucks because they're gonna pretend it's gonna be for the Patriots. It's fucking nuts, because right now it is the Raider Nation. No one else
Hmm.
is gonna try to copy us like that, because at this point right now, let's just get in and back like the Raider way. And right now, let's just see for the plays right now, because if you want to see like a winning team, let's just play without excuses and without the schedule. I mean, they're gonna be like so important points that are going about it, because you gotta check this out. If we're gonna put Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers at the tight end position, that could be explosive. Also for the linebacker room, which between Robert Spillane, Max Crosby, Tommy Eichenberg, I mean, another explosive team. But I will say this: if AOC could be like the starter he was trying to improve right now, because I know that Aiden O'Connor, he could be like a great starter, but he showed us like a lot of flashes, but he needs to improve a lot of his footwork, his probability, of course, for the speed. It could have been happy, because if they want to work it enough for a starter, let AOC cook as a quarterback number one, and let Gardner Minshew be like a backup quarterback number two.
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Aiden O'Connell will be the starter. Minshew will be there to back him up as the insurance piece in case something happens.
So we got A Train coming in. He's back. What's up, A? What's going on? Can
I
you
don't
hear
know
us?
if he
Hello.
can hear.
Uh-huh. Hey, I gotta tell
Yeah,
you,
he's looking for.
because I got a short sorry to interrupt. I
Yeah,
got a
no.
short time, but thanks for having me. Salute to the panel, salute to the chat, and of course, salute to Raider D. This is El Capitan Refucho, and I gotta tell you for this one. Look at my hat right now. I see Overchargers
Oh,
fans right now. Look at the logo right now. It is Black Sunday. Black Sunday all day, all night long. So don't fuck with the Raider Nation, homies. And of course, the
let's
message for the
go.
Broncos, the Kansas City Chiefs fans. Look at my finger right
Yes.
now. Just fuck you. Raider Nation all day, all night long. Raiders. Salute to you
Yes,
All
sir.
guys.
right.
Yes, sir.
I'm out
Salute.
here. Peace
Salute.
out.
Salute,
Peace out.
brother.
Have a good one. Wow. See, this is why I love the nation, baby. We got passion. We care. I love it. So, what do you think is going to be the toughest game of the year? D. What's the game you're like, damn man, that's the one I'm worried about.
Chiefs. Chiefs.
Chiefs on the road or
It's
what?
it's it's. I think both games. First of all, you're playing the Super Bowl champs, who are trying to
Mm-hmm.
three-peat. You're playing
Mm-hmm.
against Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, always a dangerous tandem.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Jones on that defensive line. They're so well coached. Andy Reid, like as much as I hate the Chiefs, you cannot help but respect what Andy Reid has done in his career. The dude
Mm-hmm.
is a bona fide Hall of Fame head coach. It is what it is. I wish he wasn't the Chiefs head coach, but you can't change that. So you always have to respect the fact that they're gonna have a great game plan, a great execution. They don't make a ton of mistakes. When we beat them in
Mm-hmm.
Christmas, they made mistakes. They kind of shot themselves in the foot. We capitalized on it, and that's what good teams do. That's what good defenses do. They capitalize on the opponent's mistakes. If you're a chess player, that's the number one rule of chess is capitalize on the mistake of your opponent, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
the way all good teams do. So I think it's going to be difficult. I think we split. So I think we win one and lose one with the Chiefs,
Okay.
but we just need to beat them the one time. If we can split our matchup between them and we can dominate LA and Denver, and then all we got to do is get 12, 13 wins, we win the AFC West. But I think I think the game in KC is probably going to be the hardest game of the entire season because the fans know what we did to them on Christmas. It's going to be loud. They're going to be obnoxious, and the team's just going to have to handle business. And Aiden O'Connell is going to have to handle business. He needs to, and they need to have a good game plan to really get him 250 plus yards of passing because what we did on Christmas is not a
Mm-hmm.
formula for winning against the Chiefs over and over and over again. You can't put up
No.
64 yards passing and win consistently against them because they're not going to consistently make those mistakes they made last year. So
Right.
we need to capitalize on defense, hold them under 20 points, and Aiden O'Connell and this plethora of offensive weapons that he has at his disposal need to
Mm-hmm.
go out there and just dominate and handle business. The only bad thing is we don't have a great home record, right? We don't
Mm-hmm.
we get home games, but it's not like we're not winning at home the way we should. I hope that changes this year. I hope that the team is energized. I hope the Raider Nation fan base is energized, and I hope they'll bring down the cost of these tickets so that more fans of the
Mm-hmm.
Raiders can actually go to the game instead of opposing teams at our home stadium. But I don't see them lowering the cost as it stands right now, but hopefully they will.
Hmm. Yeah, I can see that. I just have a feeling that we're going undefeated in the AFC West this year. It feels like one of those years. I think that it's going to be different at home this year because of the feeling that I have around just Vegas and things like that. I think the fan base has a different feeling about this team, and they're bought in now because they believe in the coach and all that good stuff, and we're somebody else's way, but our own way. Um, and I think that game in KC, on Black Friday, I think it's got a specialness to it, and I feel like we're gonna get back to that place where we were as the old Raider team, where we basically won every Monday night game, every special event game, every primetime game, because I think we're going to show out. I think that people are going to step up in that moment, because I think we do have a chip. Like my dad said, there's a chip on the shoulder of this team. We are disrespected. We're still disrespected to right now. I mean, you got the Chargers putting trash up on their thing. We have the worst quarterback room. We're being picked as last in the division.
Like
Um,
how could you say, how could any commentator say the Raiders have the worst quarterback room when you literally have teams with nothing but a rookie quarterback
yeah,
who's never played
yeah.
a snap in the NFL, and you're going to say that our two quarterbacks who have both been starters in the NFL and both had some success,
Hmm.
that they're worse than a guy who's never taken a single NFL snap?
Yeah,
So
it's
that just
him.
goes to show that's the disrespect that the Raiders get from the media.
Yeah,
We've always been that way, but you know what? We feed off of it. And I
right.
know that the team right now, I know that Aiden O'Connell has seen all of the disrespect towards him, but he's like an ice cube. The dude is
Hmm.
just cold. He's just like, I
Yeah,
don't care what you say. I'm just going to keep
right.
grinding and do what I do. And he doesn't get
Yeah.
emotional about it, doesn't get upset about it. But I know that internally, because you look at what he's been doing this off season, and the fact that you were talking about it a couple months ago. Antonio Pierce confirmed it just last week when he said the transformation that AOC has done to his body. It's all very impressive to coach. That I think he's being fueled by all of the negativity that's out there in the interwebs, and I think that he's gonna come out and he's gonna shock a lot of people. He's gonna shock a lot of people. I think he's gonna have. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. I know people are gonna hate on me and think I'm crazy, but I think he's gonna have an MVP caliber year this year. I think he's gonna come out. He's gonna throw for 35 touchdowns, maybe 40, and maybe a dozen interceptions, maybe 10
Yeah.
to 12 picks,
We're
4,000
we're pretty
plus
close.
yards. And I say that with this confidence in mind. The fact that you have Michael Mayer, Brock Bowers, who are two uh, red zone threats, two true red zone threats. And then because of that, teams are going to have to focus on those two tight end sets. That's going to allow Devontae Adams to be one-on-one. And we know what happens when teams are forced to defend him one-on-one. There are few
Hmm.
corners in the NFL who can hang with him. And it's not because he's the fastest wide receiver in the NFL. He's not. He runs like a 4.5. But his understanding of the game and his initial break out of his stance just puts guys on their back heels, and that's how he gets them. And so that's
Hmm.
going to allow Devontae Adams to really feast. And then, of course, you got the most underrated wide receiver in Jacoby Myers out there, who's, God knows what's going to happen when you have him out on the field. He might throw a touchdown. He'll run a touchdown. Hell, he might come out and kick the extra point or a field goal. You just don't know with this dude, right?
Right. Yeah.
I
Brock
mean,
Bowers the
so
same way.
Yeah, and then you got the versatile Brock Bowers who can line up in multiple different situations, confusing defenses. You don't know what the Raiders are going to do, and then AOC literally just gets to pick his sugar. Like which one do I want to throw the touchdown to? This 6'4"
Right.
guy tight end over here, or this 6'4" tight end over here? Both of them who can out jump those
Right.
corners and linebackers. Or do I throw it to Devontae Adams, who's going to leave a dude without his shoes on? Or
Right.
do I hand the ball off to Jacoby Myers and let him throw the touchdown? Like, I
Right.
just,
Right.
for the people to disrespect the Raiders offense, I get it. The Raiders, if this was Derek Carr, I would, okay, it's the same old thing. Derek Carr is the worst quarterback in the AFC West. But for them to say that we have the worst quarterback room in the NFL, out
Entire
of
NFL.
31 other teams, you're telling me that they have you're telling me that Bryce Young is better than our two
Yeah.
quarterbacks in the
Apparently.
situation that he's in. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. But I love it. I love the Rocky Balboa story, the underdog, the fight. Chip on our shoulder type of fight, and that's why I'm excited about the Raiders this year. I think the Raiders are going to be really something special that we haven't been in a long time. And you got guys who are superstars in the NFL. And like when you get superstars on your team, they can be like divas and it's all about them and blah blah blah. We have one of the best defensive ends, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, and both of them are
Mm-hmm.
all about team and winning a championship. Not about
Right.
themselves, not about,
Right.
ooh, look at me, I'm so wonderful, but we're hungry, let's go feast. And that's
Right.
what they bring to the table. And a lot of teams don't have that. And like we had talked about it before, football, the NFL is much like NASCAR, where every race car in NASCAR is essentially the exact same car. Doesn't matter if it's a Chevy or a Ford or a Toyota. Doesn't matter because they all
Mm-hmm.
have to be built to the exact same specifications. They all can drive the exact same miles per hour. They all have the same
Mm-hmm.
horsepower, same aerodynamics. Everything is essentially the exact same except the nameplate. Well, that's like the NFL. The NFL, you essentially have the same 52-man roster on 32 teams because
Mm-hmm.
everybody is the best of the best out of college. It's
Right.
who's the most hungry, or like in NASCAR, who's the best driver, and who has the
Mm-hmm.
best coaching, like in NASCAR, who has the best strategy. It's the same thing. And I think we have that.
Absolutely.
I think we have that in
Yeah.
abundance right now.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah. Um, we're set up to do something special this year. So as long as we can keep the team healthy, um, I think that's going to be the huge focus, right? Is like, I guess we don't know exactly what AP's kind of practice habits are. Is he a guy that runs the team into the ground with practice and that sort of stuff? I'm assuming no, because he's a former player that's smart enough not to do that sort of thing. But that could be something that we have to keep an eye on. That could change how things go. Um, but as long as Getsy doesn't get too cute or too conservative, one or the other, this offense should score a lot of points because, like you said, the matchups are just killer, bro. Like, I don't know how you defend this team, and then like it's just there's too many things to have to worry about, and we haven't even got started really talking about how good I think Zamir is going to be running the football this year. Um, he has a chance to do something special. He's gonna be the man. So fantasy football, draft him early, right? Like he's gonna do some stuff. He's gonna get a lot of carries, even at the goal line and that sort of thing. I believe, but he's also good. He's not just gonna get an opportunity, but he's also a good player. Real breakaway speed. Um, he brings an element of being able to finish a play that we didn't even see with Josh Jacobs. As much as I love Josh Jacobs, and as much as I like absolutely love that run in Seattle, I was literally in the stadium for that, screaming at my Seahawk friends who brought me to that game, and probably still regret it. But uh, as much as I love that run, like he's not typically running away from guys.
No.
He's got faster as a pro, raised his body maturity. He was pretty young when we drafted him, but he's typically right, like not running away from guys. Like Zamir will run away from guys. It's true 4-4 flat. He will run away from some DBs and stuff like that. So
The only
it's
thing
going to
with
be
Zamir that is frustrating, and I seen it on a couple of plays last year that I'd like to see him work on, is he'll break past the line. He's past the linebackers, and he's got a DB that's just beelining him from an angle. And instead of just trying to go to the sideline, you got 10 yards between you and the sideline. Just go to the sideline and just beat feet and try and outrun him. And at worst case scenario, just, stiff arm him. Instead, he'll just change his direction and beeline straight towards the DB and just a big collision, and then he goes down. It's like, dude, you probably could have picked up another 10 yards or a touchdown. Stop trying to run people over when it's unnecessary. Yes, he runs them over. Yes, he punishes them. Yes, he makes them regret trying to tackle him. That's fantastic, but you could have got a touchdown. So that's my only beef with Zamir. Zamir, I think, likes contact just a little bit too much. And I want to see him, like you said, because he is faster than Josh Jacobs. So use that speed, get to that outside sideline, and use it as your friend and pick up more yards or break off a big, 60, 70-yard touchdown.
Yeah, no, that's fair. He's not the only running back I've seen with that issue. There was a running back for the Houston Oilers, the 915 out of Houston, who had the tendency to kind of turn towards guys who were going to tackle him rather than run away from him. So you see some of that happening for sure. But you know what? I can't help but love it as a former running back. Like, I get it. Probably want to take the touchdown, but I get it, man. Like, you punish a guy because, they want to come back next time. They don't want to tackle you. So we'll see. But yeah, for sure. He can
I think now that he's going to be the starter. So the one thing about it is reps. And so he's going to be getting a ton of reps that he didn't get his first couple years with the Raiders. Mm-hmm. And hopefully they are going to coach him into that of, yes, we want to punish them if it's, you're on the sideline, he's got the angle, you're not going to pick up 10 yards, maybe you pick up 3, go ahead and punish him. But if you got 10 yards between you and the sideline, break out to the sideline and grab that extra 10 yards, because in football, in the NFL especially, every yard counts, because most games in the NFL are decided within 7 points. And to get that 7 points, it all comes down to yardage. Who gets the most yardage in the game is typically who's going to score the most points. Not always. There's always exceptions, like the Christmas game where Patrick Mahomes threw a couple hundred yards, but our quarterback only threw 64, and we still won the game. Typically, that's not how that pans out, though. So I'm hoping that Zamir White will utilize that speed a little bit better, a little bit smarter, and try to pick up those bigger plays. But I think he's going to have a great year no matter what. I think he'll hit probably between 900 yards and 1,000 yards. I would say that, if it was, John Gruden running him, he'd probably get about 1,300 yards. But this is going to be more of a running back by committee type of situation. That's why we brought in Madison. Yeah. And so if he gets 900 yards, that's a very successful. That he's probably sitting at 4 or 5 yards per carry average. And so not hitting that 1,000's not going to mean that much, because what you're really going to look at is this dude is a first down machine. Right. It's 3rd and 3, hand it off to Zamir, right?
Here's the first down. Exactly. Yeah. Dylan Laube, what do you think about that? I feel like Dylan Laube has a chance to really have an impactful rookie season. I think he's going to get some carries. I could see him ending up with like 300 to 400 yards rushing, and then like 600 yards receiving. Amir Abdullah better watch himself. I know that he got resigned. I know he's a locker room leader, but I think his job is in jeopardy with this draft pick. What do you think?
You draft Lauby for a reason. Amir Abdullah is 30 years old. Love Amir. Great dude. I don't know if you knew this, but he's a cinematographer.
Wow. Okay.
He made a movie, and he's got two more in the works, right? So he's
Wow.
like, remember Namdi
Okay.
Asamoah went and became an actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
This dude, he said he doesn't have any intention of being an actor, but he really loves producing, and he really loves writing movie scripts and stuff. So, and
Man, I
that's
want to
kind of
be his
thing. So
friend.
he's a fantastic dude. I
Yeah.
think we keep him this year. I think his job is
Hmm.
safe for this year. I think he probably retires after this season. That's my guess. He'll be a 31-year-old running back. Hard pressed to get any team to sign a 31-year-old running back, no matter how good you are with a camera, right?
Hmm.
So I think this is his final year. I think he will stay on the team for this year. I think we're going to carry um, four running backs. I
Okay.
think it's going to be a competition for Lauby to make that 52-man roster. He may be one of the protected practice squad guys, but if he makes it, which I have high hopes for, we'll see how he does in the preseason. That's really, I think, going to be kind of the determining factor. Is how
Right.
does he do against competition? Because it's one thing to training camp and practice, but get out in
Right.
there into some competition.
Right.
I really like him because he adds another dynamic receiving threat for
Absolutely.
Aiden O'Connell to rely on, and he's very quick. He's very shifty, and yeah, I could see them. I could see the Raiders even utilizing him kind of like a Hunter Renfrow in a way, who can also be a running back, right?
Hmm.
So, yeah, I got high hopes for him. I think he's got a really good career ahead of him in the NFL, and we'll see how that pans out come this year. I don't know how much we would utilize him this year, to be honest, just because Amir
Okay.
Abdullah is gonna, he's gonna stay on the team. He'll make the team. He'll make that 52-man roster. He will get the bulk of third and long type passing situations. It's gonna You want your sure-handed guy in there, and that is Amir Abdullah.
Right.
Amir Abdullah has saved us so
Yeah.
many times
Yeah.
from losing games and picked
Yes.
up big plays for us when
Huge
you don't
first
expect it.
downs.
And
Yeah, and his
so,
pass blocking also.
yeah. So you
Pass
definitely
protection.
will see him get the bulk of that. And then, barring any injuries, I don't think that Lauby will get, 600 yards receiving because I don't think he'll get the touches. I think this year, rookie year, he may end up with, I don't know, 100 yards rushing, maybe, and maybe 100 to 200 yards receiving. I think he'll be much more of a special teams player this year
Okay.
and have to I think the plan is you draft a guy like him because Amir Abdullah is not going to be on the team next year. So then
Hmm.
now you can acclimate him to the team, acclimate him to the offense, and really see what you got with him. And then next year he then takes over Amir's spot as that third down wide receiving threat.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. I can see that. So you got Amir kind of holding on to his position, and being that third down guy through the rest of the season, and then maybe things change later on. Okay.
Yeah,
I can see that.
yeah.
See that. Um, I'm interested to see if he keeps that position against Dylan.
Amir,
Straight up. Yeah.
I
As much
think he
as
does. I think he does for two reasons. One, we are going young guy. That's the direction of the team that we are, trying to get some youth in there, and we've got a lot of it. You don't want too much of it though. You want character guys, but you also want clutch guys. And Amir Abdullah is a clutch dude. He
this
doesn't
is true.
touch the ball too much, but when he
Right.
does, he is
Yeah.
clutch. It's 3rd and 8. What are you going to do? Everybody's out. Everybody's covered. Crap. Dump it off to Amir Abdullah. He's only, you're throwing him a 3-yard pass. He's got 5 yards to get there, and 3 DBs
Yeah.
beelining him, and somehow he picks up the first
He
down.
gets that first. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't pick up much after it. He's not breaking off 50 yards,
Like
but he's
8. He gets that 8 though.
It's 3rd and 8. He gets 8.5 yards. You know what I mean? He just make sure he gets just over that line. First down, Raiders.
Yeah.
So because of that, I think that the Raiders, I think his job is safe for this year. I think the Raiders and him, I think because he, in the interview that I seen him in, it seems as though he's planning for his post NFL career right now. Okay. Which is kind of a telltale sign when somebody's getting ready to move on from football.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when he's talking about football, he's excited. But then when they were talking about his cinematography, he's got two movies in the works that he's already done a little movie. You see his face just light up. And there's and even in that interview, it's on Raiders.com, so you guys can go and check it out. Just put in Amir Abdullah and then go through the little videos. There's one where they pick him up in a car and then they interview him. It's the thing that they do. But they show him literally filming Max Crosby. So Amir Abdullah is behind the camera filming Max Crosby, like in a highlight reel type thing. So you can tell this is his passion. Football was his first passion, and now it's cinematography. He knows his football career is coming to an end, so he's going to move on to that next successful phase in his life. So I think he retires. He retires a Raider, which is fantastic because again, he's not a superstar, but he is Mr. Clutch when it comes to us needing him in that time when it's necessary. So I think he's okay this year. I think Laube mostly is going to be a special teamer this year, but he will get some stuff. I mean, especially if you're looking at, if we're up by 21 in the third quarter, late third quarter, and our defense has just been dominating the opposing team, you're going to see Dylan Laube probably come in and get some work so that, he can acclimate to that as well. But you're also, you might see, by midway through the fourth quarter and we're up by 28. Now it's like, okay, let's go ahead and let Zamir take a break, let Madison take a break, and let Abdullah and Laube kind of take over at running back. You know what I mean? I think that's where a lot of his touches are going to come from this year.
That makes sense. What do you think about playing time at that kind of the big corner position? We've got a couple different kind of players that we brought in or that are going to be really getting a chance to play for the first time under this regime between Brandon Faison, right? And then there's the kid that we drafted, D. Cameron
Richardson, yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then there's the undrafted free agent.
Devon Shire.
Well, MJ, yeah. I mean, MJ to me is more of, your smaller kind of corner. I think he's more of in a competition with like Jacorian Bennett or even Jack Jones for those type of more Z receiver guys or whatever.
Yeah.
Jaquan Shepard is the other guy that I look at as an undrafted free agent that's kind of a bigger corner that's good at kind of those X guys, when we go play Mike Evans at Tampa Bay or, George Pickens at Pittsburgh. There's certain guys that, have that kind of height X kind of ability. Who is your starting X corner? Is it D. Cameron Richardson? Is it Jaquan Shepard? Is it Brandon Faison? Who faces the big guys?
Man, it's a tough question because as far as the rookies go, rookie corners typically don't do well in their rookie year. There are exceptions to that by, a handful of cornerbacks that have come into the NFL over the years, and even currently. What's Denver's dude? I forget his
Oh
name.
yeah,
But he
yeah.
even
He
his
struggled.
rookie year
He struggled. Yeah.
he struggled, but he still gave fits to star wide receivers at times. And now, like, he's one of the best in the NFL. Even
Hmm.
Devontae admits that his
Yeah.
first game against Denver last year,
Yeah.
the dude won that competition. And Devontae
Yeah.
freely admits, yeah, he got me on that one. I got him on the
Yeah.
second
Yeah.
one, but
Yeah.
he got me on the first one. So
I forgot Sam Webb is also on the roster
yeah,
as
Sam.
another
Yeah, he
offensive
won't be a
tackle.
starter. He won't be a starter. He's a backup. I mean, he's a good football player, but he's not starter caliber.
Okay.
Man, I don't know. It's gonna be tough. I want to say Richardson because he has all the physical ability to be a star in the NFL as a corner. But some of he does get caught up. I watched a clip between him and Malik Neighbors, and Malik Neighbors just did him so dirty over and over again. Just Richardson could not keep up with him, and he kept getting caught on Malik's little moves that Malik does, and getting out of his stance and putting his hips in the wrong situation, and then Malik would just fly by him. And then he's got that quick speed too. He tries to catch up, but by then it's too late. Malik's
Yeah.
already got the ball in his hands,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
So there's that question of him, which was the issue with Amik Robertson. Amik was a dog out there, but sometimes he would fall for their little moves, get out of
Hmm.
position, and they would blow right by him. Or he would just
Hmm.
outright blow the coverage completely. He would just be
Hmm.
in the wrong situation.
Hmm.
So that's kind of my concern with him. I think that, honestly, Jacorian Bennett, there's been some whispers that he's looking pretty good right now in
Hmm.
OTAs.
Okay.
But the caveat to that is that Antonio Pierce said in a presser last week that their intent was to get taller at that corner position.
Right.
So when you're intentionally trying to go out and draft taller guys at that position who have the speed and all of the athleticism as well,
Hmm.
that's kind of indicative of what your mindset is that you're not really sold on Jacorian Bennett or these other guys, these shorter guys that you got. I mean, obviously, what is Jack Jones? 6 foot,
It's 5'11".
5'11". He
Yeah.
plays like he's actually taller than he is.
Because he
He's
jumps
just a
so high.
deceptive. Yeah, he's a deceptive dude. But
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. I it's a hard one to say. I'm gonna probably say though it's gonna be Jacorian to start. But
Hmm.
if he doesn't come out of the gate swinging and he falters on a few plays, it
Hmm.
could you could see Richardson jump up in there, and I think that most likely that's who it would be is Richardson takes over.
So I think Jacorian has the same issue, being 5'11", where he's just not trusting him against Mike Evans. And I don't think he would put Jack Jones up against Mike Evans either. So
Yeah.
we need an answer for that situation, and I think right now it's Brendan Faison. Um, I think Brendan Faison is a little underrated. I know we didn't get to see him a lot last year, but you go back and look at his tape for the Colts, and go back and look at his tape playing for us. Um, you know, if we're going to go ahead and kind of off man or zone up the side of the field away from Jack Jones, so I'm getting a little complicated here, but I think Jack Jones is a number one corner who's going to be able to take a Z receiver out of a game or take away a whole side of the field if he's doing things correctly. Then I think Brendan Faison makes a lot of sense, because you can put him up against those taller guys and he can make plays. He did a pretty good job against Mike Williams previously. So I think that's where I would lean, because I think we have to just have somebody that can go against a George Pickens or Mike Evans or uh, Cooper Cup, right? You get these 6'2" or bigger receivers, um, and I just think the 5'11" guys don't have a real good chance of defending those guys because they're too smart and too skilled to not let their size win for them. So I'm interested to see what happens behind Brandon Faison. I think that's going to be a key for us defensively. You are only as good as your weakest link on defense, and so if a team is able to kind of isolate their big receivers on our corners, it could be a long day, right?
Yeah.
Which is why I think we're looking to get bigger. So that's where I think some of my questions as we're going into camp are going to be focused on what happens at that corner position and who can play that big corner position. Um, on the other side of the ball, I feel like we answered that with the big receiver position. So that pretty much Brock Bowers. That's all that really needs to be said there, right? Um, but yeah, I think mostly we put ourselves in a really good position to have a good season, to have a good record. And are you gonna make your final pre prediction now, or you want to wait on that as far as your record for the year? Is it 13 wins?
Yeah, I think we win 13. That's when I'm looking at it, objectively. If I think that if Antonio Pierce had been coach from week 1 and we didn't have to go through all of the turbulence that we had to go through last year, I think we could have won 12 games last year,
Mm-hmm.
and been in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But a year removed, we have gotten better. Aiden O'Connell has some starts under his belt and has been, just pounding the ball and hitting the gym and working with the strength and conditioning coaches and getting his
Mm-hmm.
body ready for a full 17-week season for him as a starter. New offensive coordinator, an actual offensive coordinator rather than a quarterback's coach running it, which
Mm-hmm.
I can't take away from him. He did he did call some really good games. He called some
He
bad
did.
ones like Minnesota, but
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't happy with kind of the way he called it in KC either. He went super 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 conservative, in which I wanted to kind of touch on that because you mentioned that earlier as well,
Mm.
about them being conservative and Luke Getsy and stuff.
Yeah.
Here's what happens when you're winning, when you're dominating, when your defense is making sure you're not going to lose games. It
Yeah.
gives the offensive coordinator a lot more confidence to open up that playbook and just keep pounding the rock down the field.
Yeah. Very true.
And whether it's throwing it or trick plays and all this stuff, it opens up so much more when you have that confidence that you can throw up points and your defense is not going to give up points. So even if you just maybe you game plan for 40 passes in a game,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, you might throw 1 or 2 interceptions out of those 40.
Right.
But your defense is going to make sure they keep it under 19 points. And so if you throw up 25 points, 28 points, 30 plus points, you're going to win. So
Right.
that's where I think, with the defense that we have right now, as long as that corner position really gets solidified, we're going to have a nasty offense this year that we haven't seen in a long time because Aiden O'Connell can make every single one of those passes. And if the offensive line can hold up, and here's another key too, is dominating teams tend to demoralize their opponents before the game's even started.
Right.
I seen it time and time and time and time again when the Raiders would go up against the stinking Patriots with Tom Brady. Like it was like I don't even want to try today. I'm just gonna go out there and
Mm-hmm.
kind of block. I'm gonna go out there and
Mm-hmm.
kind of rush the
Yeah.
quarterback. And you would just see
Exactly.
guys take plays off because they're like, yeah, we're gonna lose anyway. What the hell is the point of
Exactly.
this?
You're just waiting for that the blowout, right?
And so you would hear it over and over and over again from the announcers. Yeah, Tom Brady just put on a clinic against the Raiders. No, he didn't put on a clinic. He was playing preschoolers out there because they didn't want to play because they just already given up.
7-on-7. Yeah.
Right. So now we have the ability to turn the tables. And if, we have monsters on that defensive line who are literally trying to eat the opponent on every single snap, that makes the offensive linemen, start to just wear down quicker, and then you start getting more sacks. And, when you play against a team like that, it demoralizes the opponent to the point where it makes it easier for you to beat them. And that then instills more confidence into the offensive coordinator as well as the head coach to go ahead and keep chucking that ball. And I think with that mindset, which, last year against the Chiefs, we didn't want to make a mistake.
Right.
And so we literally took the ball out of AOC's hand. He, after the first quarter, I think he threw, 5 passes for the rest of the game?
Yeah,
and
I think it's 5.
Everybody says, oh, the guy can't complete a pass in 3 quarters. Yeah, because he wasn't allowed to throw the ball for 3 quarters. That's why. And the 2 of those passes were dropped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
which didn't endear more confidence in throwing the ball, right? It's
exactly.
Like the 2 passes, you get 2 out of 5 passes dropped, and the coordinator's like, yeah, we're just going to run it.
So when you got an offensive coordinator trying to win a job, when you have a head coach trying to win a job, they're going to get super conservative. Like, oh, God, we got the lead. Just don't blow the lead. Just keep handing the ball off. Hand the ball off. Don't blow this lead, please. God, please. I need to win my job. That's not the situation we're in now. That's completely different now. We come out, we're 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. It's like, what? And this is the way Antonio Pierce is. Just look at his Long Beach Poly days where they put up like 100 points.
He's like, lay it on.
Like,
pull that one out of the bottom of the playbook that we practiced. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, remember that play where we pitch it back to Zamir White, and then he runs up 5 yards and then pitches it back to Aiden O'Connell, and then Aiden O'Connell hands it off to Jacoby Myers, who then throws it to Zamir White in the end zone? Let's run that play. Let's see if it'll work. I mean, we're up by 40. You know what I mean?
Dude, listen,
that's the kind of head coach we got. So
guaranteed, we have a ring around the rosy type play that we're practicing.
For sure. That out there. Just for fun. They literally pulled out the Jacoby Myers handoff. Now you're the quarterback. Throw it to Devontae Adams.
Throw it to Devontae.
They never would have played that play. They never would have played that if we weren't already up by 40 points. They wouldn't have played. They wouldn't have used it. If the game was, 14-20, you don't play that play. You never see that play come out of the playbook. So that type of dominance over a team boosts an offensive coordinator's confidence to pull out some hat tricks. You know what I mean? And so we're definitely going to see some more of that. If you look back at the Greatest Show on Turf with the St. Louis Rams during the Kurt Warner days, they had trick plays, and they could do that because they would constantly be up by 14 points, 21 points, 28 points, 35 points, and they would just keep doing all these weird trick plays that they would come up with because winning bodes confidence. And I think we're going to have that in abundance.
Yeah, that success breeds success sort of thing, right?
And again, everybody who says you can't go from being a crappy team one year to a playoff team the next year, just look at Houston. They wrote the book on how to turn a franchise around. Great coaching, motivating coaches who believe in their players type coaches, and then motivated team that rallies around a young quarterback and a defense that's hungry. You have those 3 key elements, and you're a playoff team from going from one of the worst teams in the NFL to a playoff team. That's what they did. We
Yeah.
weren't even one of the worst teams. We were just middle of the
Right.
pack. So we don't even have that high of a bar to climb this year. It's like all we got to do is just, 4 of those games we lost last year by 7 points. We just win those 4 games, and all of a sudden we're 12 and 5. We're 13 and 4.
Yeah. We were like a game out of the playoffs last year. So
Yeah.
And we started off handcuffed. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what our record ends up being. But the predictions that have us at the bottom of the division are some of the funniest things I've ever seen. So, but we have been doing this for 2.5 hours now. I know that
not me. I came in late.
Yeah, you came in late. So I want to thank all the hotshots and the viewers who joined up to my first live stream. If you guys enjoyed the discussion, make sure you subscribe and like and share it out so other people can find us. We're going to have more content, obviously. Make sure you don't miss the stuff that's coming up. We have a live coming up on Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Raider D going to be there, right?
Always.
I believe. Yeah, so we're going to have Raider D, and Western Conference will be there as well. So we'll have the whole crew, and we can kind of recap the week and catch up on everything and figure it out from the Raider perspective. So, yeah, I'm excited. What do you think?
Western Conference put up Patrick Surtain Jr. That's the dude out there in Denver.
Yeah, we finally got the name.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Patrick Surtain. You should probably remember that name because he's a baller.
He is.
But any final comments, Raider D, before we get out of here?
Man, I'm excited for the season. Let's go Raiders!
I knew that was coming. So, yeah. Well, I guess until next time, everybody stay hot. All right. Good night.
Salute.